Good. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Battling Bishop Baseball on Flow Sports. My name is Curran Campbell. This is my first baseball game of the season. Baden Collins will be joining us shortly. He has to take care of one more public address situation. He's double shifting here today. The great SID here at North Carolina Wesleyan. And we'll get you settled here in just a minute. The battery for the Battling Bishops today, it'll be the freshman pitcher Caleb Dennis, and catching for him today, it'll be Seth Jones, the junior out of New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Caleb out of Currituck, North Carolina, down east, and stepping into the box and ready to lead off this afternoon's game. It'll be Christian Lancaster for Hampden-Sydney.
Curran, good to have you today. Appreciate you being here.
Good to be here.
You've done a great job on basketball and football. Glad to have you for baseball here this spring.
And Baden, as you know, baseball is one of my favorites to always be at, as the first pitch missed low. Will be 1 ball, no strikes to Lancaster. And this time it's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner of the plate to even up the count at 1.
Tell you what, Curran, you look at Caleb Dennis on the mound, kind of continuing the theme of a lot of Currituck games between Jackson Ellison out for injury right now for the Bishops, but pretty good hotbed of talent down there near the coast.
Yeah, absolutely. As the 1-1 pitch is a changeup, swung on and missed 1-2 as Caleb looks to put away the leadoff batter Lancaster. The 1-2 on the way is a breaking ball missed low. It'll be 2-2.
Senior year high school, Curran, Dennis had a 0.59 ERA, was all conference for Currituck.
He's got a tough matchup here to start the game off. Christian Lancaster on the year has been batting .545 over the first 4 games for the Tigers. And Dennis's pitch is grounded on to second. Bishops will put it away for the first out.
Now batting for the Tigers, the first baseman, number 52, Grayson Harris.
So Quintana, the second baseman, makes the play for the first out. And now, new batter up for Rocky Mount. It's Harris. Or actually, not for Rocky Mount. I'm just saying things. For Hampden-Sydney, it's Grayson Harris. Harris out of the gate hitting .645 in the Tigers' first 4 games. And he takes this one and got a corkscrews at foul down the first base line. It'll be strike 1.
Looks like a little issue with the bat there, Curran.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe did it break?
Yeah, the cap
broke off, yep. So, goodness gracious, Baden. Grayson Harris has quite the numbers on his career so far, doesn't he? Got it pulled up. Last season, or this season so far, in his career, .348 batter as he takes the fastball high to make it 1-1. And Harris on the season hasn't hit the ball out of the park yet, but he's got 10 hits and 16 at-bats along with 2 doubles. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and hit towards short. Fielded on a hop on to first in time for the second out of the inning.
Talking about him, Curran started 63 of 76 career games. Pretty reliable. Little Cal Ripken.
Yeah, right out of the gate in his freshman year, getting after it.
How about you for the Tigers? Investigated hitter, number 14. Chase Howell.
So Nance makes the play for the Bishops to make it 2 outs and nobody on. Dennis's first pitch is misses high. Makes it 1-0. Nobody on, 2 outs. Howell at the plate for Hampden-Sydney. Jace Howell. He hits a kind of a bloop out towards left center. It's going to fall in. Howell will be on first base with a single, and Hampden-Sydney is in business.
Stepping in for the Tigers, the third baseman, number 8, Matthew Arnold.
Marlon Bowen out on the left, charged in aggressively on the ball, but never really had a chance. So Caleb Dennis in his first start is going to have to work out of not a huge jam, but a little more work this inning than perhaps he anticipated.
Rough start for Bowen. offensively this year occurring.
Yeah, Bowen no hits yet, 0 for 13, but a couple of walks and a couple of RBIs. He's been able to make it matter when he's gotten on base and is seeing the ball well. Just a matter of time before he starts to see some positive results with the bat. Swung on a miss for strike one to Matthew Arnold. Arnold, the third baseman for this Tiger squad.
Career batting average of 328, 10 doubles, and 29 runs scored for Arnold in the box.
5 RBI already this year. As he drives this one towards right field, it'll be a base hit on a line drive. Tigers will take it station to station, and it's first and second with 2 outs. Tigers putting together a little bit of a 2-out rally here. We'll see how the freshman Dennis is able to settle down.
How about for the Tigers? It's center fielder, number 44, Jack Wilson. Curran, I think we've seen that in the first few games for Wesleyan this year. A lot of trouble with 2 outs, especially Lynchburg. I believe they had a 5-run inning on opening weekend, all with 2 outs. Wesleyan having a tough time getting the final out of the inning, but to be honest with you, look really good on first and second out so far on the mound this year.
And so here's Jack Wilson, the center fielder, as he takes a breaking ball for strike one. Wilson only hitting 188 on the season thus far, 3 out of 16, but he's scored 7 runs. Mainly due to the fact that he's walked 5 times. So a patient hitter. 0-1 misses outside. It'll be even at 1-1. Dennis kind of steps off the mound. Now he'll get ready again. Neither runner with a particularly big lead at first and second. They'll be moving on contact, though, with 2 outs. Pickoff move behind, and goodness, Quintana had to jump a little bit to keep that from going in center field.
Pickoff to third, cost the Bishops a run in the midweek last week against Virginia Wesleyan.
And here's the 1-1. Breaking ball missed outside. Nice stop by Seth Jones behind the plate. Had to kind of back pick it and lean over into the the left-handed batter's box.
How are we feeling about the all-blue uniforms this afternoon for the Bishops? A little unique out there.
I like them, but Baden, I heard that you missed the gray pants.
I do.
Yeah.
Gray and white for me only. I do like pinstripes, though, Curran. How about the baby blue pinstripes in Chapel Hill? Those have been pretty sweet this year.
Those have been a good look for Carolina. They debuted those last season, and it's been good to see those over at the Bosch. And now it's 2-2 after a breaking ball catches the outside corner. So Dennis 1 strike away from getting out of the little 2-out jam here. The 2-2. Swung on and hit towards left field. Bowen tracking over. Will he get there in time? He will not. It's going to fall in for a bloop single. Scoring on the play is Jace Howell. He was in there easily, and the Tigers out to a 1-0 lead.
Stepping in for the Tigers, the left fielder number 2, Christian Chambers.
So it'll be Christian Chambers now. And we're going to have a mound visit here for Caleb Dennis as he struggled finishing the inning.
I think this is an argument from Coach Clifton, actually, of some sort.
I'd be curious what the question is here. Is he saying that he missed a bag?
Maybe he missed home plate. I'm not sure.
It's the only thing I can think of.
Usually Coach Carter goes to mound visit. A little unusual there.
A brief discussion with the home plate umpire. And
no review in D3 baseball occurring. Can't go back and look at that one.
It's all water under the bridge now. 2 outs, still runners on first and second. This time for Christian Chambers. Chambers 143, or batting 143 on the season so far. Just 1 out of 7. And he takes the first pitch strike from Dennis. Chambers out of Midlothian, Virginia. Another senior. A lot of experience we're seeing in this Hampden-Sydney lineup so far. As this is going to be driven right to first base for the unassisted out. So, at the end of the first half of the inning, it's 1-0, or the top half of the first inning, I should say. It's 1-0 Tigers. Bishops coming to bat up next here on FloSports. Sweet. So Javi Quintana will lead off for the Bishops, the second baseman. Gavin Gregory, the man on the mound for Hampden-Sydney, throws a first pitch strike on the outside corner. Gregory, a senior, and now he's ahead in the count 0-2 on Quintana, who chased at a breaking ball outside. Quintana on the season batting .320. And he takes the 0-2 pitch and chops it towards third base. It's going to be a 5-3 putout, and Gregory retires the first batter.
Stepping in for the bowling Bishops, go right fielder, number 5, Malachi Hayes. Well, start the year Malachi Hayes has had, Kieran, having to step in right field.
Yes, Malachi batting .400. A lot of injuries that have happened kind of in the outfield, and Hayes, one of the gentlemen that's had to step in into an unexpected role. And so far, he's taken advantage of that as he takes the breaking ball high for ball 1. 2
outfielders that were supposed to start year now out for Wesleyan. Unsure of their status going forward. The freshmen having to step up this year, which could lean well for the Bishops in the postseason, getting a lot of guys some experience.
Hayes takes the 1-0 fastball for a strike on the outside corner. And the 1-1 delivery swung on and kind of chopped, or not even chopped, just kind of squibbed towards first base. It'll be a 3 unassisted put out to retire Hayes, and it's 2 up, 2 down for the Bishops.
Now batting for the Valley Bishops, go first baseman, number 15, Jackson Hobbs.
So Jackson Hobbs, the man to the plate, right-handed batting first baseman. Nobody on and 2 outs, but that's the situation that Hampden-Sydney got a run out of. We'll see if the Bishops can do the same as this is lifted out towards deep left field, back at the track, at the wall, and into the trees. Jackson Hobbs has taken 1 swing and tied this ball game up at 1.
Home run, Battling Bishops, and number 15, Jackson
That's
Hobbs.
the second home run for Jackson Hobbs on the season, his 8th RBI. And where Hampden-Sydney kind of dinked and dunked their way to a run, Jackson says, to heck with that, I'm going to take it out myself.
That same spot hit his first one, Kieran. What a shot.
Yeah.
A hanging slider, I believe. He got all of that one.
Yeah, breaking ball just right over the heart of the plate, and Jackson was not messing around.
Designated hitter, number 20, Jacob Trivet.
So Jacob Trivet, of course, who had one heck of a weekend himself against Lebanon Valley, is going to see if he can continue his hot streak into the midweek today. Trivet, the DH, batting .345, 3 homers, 9 RBI on the season. As he takes the 1-0 pitch outside, it's 2-0.
Kieran, I'll tell you, both homers over the top of the trees in left field. I heard one of them landing on the soccer field. How about that?
That's a good distance away, too. That's well over 400 feet.
You think if he continues this week, he's got a shot at Conference Player of the Week?
Most definitely, but no success this time for Trivet as he kind of corkscrews it towards first base. And in the bottom half of the first for the Bishops, 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll be right back on Flow Sports with more Bishop Baseball. All right, Hunter Powell will lead off the inning for the Tigers. Caleb Dennis out for a second inning of work as the first pitch is grounded foul down the third base line. Never really had much of a chance. Hunter Powell, a junior. And on the season, Powell actually doesn't have any stats, so I think this is his first start this year.
Only started 1 of 14 career games.
Yep.
Maybe a opportunity for Hampden-Sydney to get some younger guys in with some action on the midweek.
Powell takes the 1-1 breaking ball outside. Count will move to 2-1. Nobody on, nobody out. Powell leading off the inning. Dennis's 2-1 is grounded to Quintana at second. He'll flip to first base, and Powell is retired. So this will bring up Jackson Masterson. Masterson, the senior second baseman out of, let me make sure I read this right, out of Raleigh, North Carolina at Sanderson High School. As the first pitch from Dennis is well outside.
Guess a little bit of a homecoming for him, Kern. Not too far from home.
Only about 45 minutes away. Imagine he's got some friends and family here today.
That's right. He was on the all-defensive team a couple years ago, Kern.
Look at that. Little check swing at the 1-0 makes it 1-1 on the breaking ball. And the 1-1 is popped foul. It's going to go out of play. Out over the visiting dugout down the first base line. Caleb Dennis, of course, in the first inning, Baden retired the first two batters with ease and then kind of struggled to put away that third out. We'll see how he responds in the second.
Luckily for him, the Tigers at the bottom of the order go.
Yep. In the 1-2 from Caleb Dennis. Breaking ball missed a little bit high. Count will go 2-2.
Kern, I think Dennis is a guy you might see get a couple starts in the weekend rotation as conference play comes around.
Oh, he pitches as well. I am completely just had a brain cramp as you said that. I thought you were talking about the batter. My mistake. You're talking about Caleb Dennis and get a crack at starting again. As Masterson flies out to left field. A little short fly out that
Good catcher, number 49.
That Bowen had to come in on, but not too much of a journey for him. And it's a quick 2 outs for Caleb Dennis. And up to the plate now for Hampden-Sydney. It'll be Colin Mabe. Or correction, it's Noah Leonard, the catcher. 49 and not 48. The 1-0 from Dennis. On the way, swung on, fouled back. It'll be 1-1. 2 outs, nobody on. Caleb Dennis looks to get his first clean inning of the season. Caleb fires, and it's inside, almost hit Leonard. But Noah leaned back out of the way in time and has himself a 2-1 count to work with.
Kern, I think that's going to be a theme this season for Wesleyan. Usually play 4 baseball games a week. We got 3 new starters this year. Only Preston Wortman returning from that weekend rotation from a year ago.
2-1 breaking ball from Caleb Dennis. Catches the inside part of the plate. It's 2-2. Dennis a strike away from getting out of the inning. And this is lifted out towards right field into foul territory. Yeah, it'll fall harmlessly out of play.
Not sure what fell harder, the ball or his hat there off of Jackson Hobbs.
Yeah, Jackson Hobbs made a good effort to try and track that one down, but just not quite within his range. Jackson's collected his hat. Now he's going to mosey back to first base, as is Quintana to second. They had both kind of taken off from the infield after that. And Dennis will try again on the 2-2. fires, and it's chopped towards third base, foul. And we'll do it again.
Speaking of uniforms, Karen, you don't usually see white pants on the road for the Tigers.
No. White pants usually a home look. But with the Bishops in all navy with gold accents, that's what we'll see a little bit of mix and match from visiting teams as Leonard lines it right to third base. Easy play. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors in the top half of the second for the Bishops. We'll be back with the Bishops coming to back up next on Flow Sports. So Colin Scoggins, who recorded the out to close out the top half of the second, leads off the bottom half of the second, and he takes the first pitch from Gregory low for ball one. Scoggins on the season batting .280 as he fouls this one back, makes it 1-1. Scoggins, a senior third baseman out of Northern Durham High School. There's actually probably a non-zero chance I called a high school game of his or two.
Oh, you get some Durham High School baseball?
Yeah, because at the time, at least, Orange High School and Cedar Ridge High School, where I do some part-time play-by-play over there, were in the same conference as Northern Durham, and so there were some matchups there that I don't have any coherent memory of, but I'm willing to bet that Colin was a participant. Here's the 1-2 from Gavin Gregory. Scoggins takes this one outside. It's 2-2.
Is baseball your favorite sport to call?
I love doing it, but I love basketball too.
That's
it's
right,
probably 1A, 1B. I don't want to try to rank them. And Scoggins swings and misses at the breaking ball. Goes down on strikes. First strikeout of the day for Gavin Gregory. And that'll bring Seth Jones to the plate, the catcher for the Battling Bishops.
Number 46, Seth Jones.
Seth Jones, a little bit of a slow start at the plate, only batting .143 on the year so far, but as good a time to start as any is today as he takes the first pitch from Gregory for a strike. Now the 0-1. Gregory working fast on the mound, makes it 0-2 right off the hop. Nobody on, one out for Seth Jones. Well, he's in an 0-2 hole. Takes the breaking ball outside. Seth out of New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Didn't play a whole lot last year, mostly as a defensive substitute. And now he takes the 1-2, but this time Seth stepping into the starting role as the catcher this season.
For Jaden Barker.
Yep.
He did get some time last year in midweek games, occasional Sunday game when the Bishops were going for a sweep.
And Jones grounds it up the middle. It's going to be, I shouldn't say booted because it was going to be a hit either way, but an infield single for Seth Jones has the Bishops in business here. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Mason Nance. Nance batting .296 on the season, 8 RBI, so Mason making the most of his at-bats so far. Let's see if he can do it again here. Jones the runner on second, 1 out in a 1-1 ball game.
He's really been hog after the Lynchburg series, Kieran. Really heated up against Virginia Wesleyan last week.
Mason takes the first pitch low for ball 1. And that's an off-speed pitch that swung on and missed. Throw back to first base by the catcher, not in time, but Seth was wandering a little bit off the bag there. He really did have to hustle to get back in time. But as long as you get back, ultimately, that's all that matters.
I will add, Kieran, Coach Clifton changing up the lineup a little bit today, so we got ball in play.
Nance drives it out to right center field. That's going to get down into the gap. Kind of bobbled out in right field. Seth had to wait and see if it was going to drop, so he'll have to stop at third. But a 1-out double for Mason Nance has runners on second and third for Marlon Bowen, who has an RBI opportunity.
For the Valley Bishops. Go left fielder, number 23, Marlon Bowen.
Marlon, no hits on the season, but I guess he doesn't have to get one here to have a productive at-bat.
Would be a nice time to hit ball in the gap.
Absolutely it would, right? There's a nice hole up the middle if he wants to take it right back. But ball in play here, likely scores a run. It's going to be chopped towards third base. Throw will go to first. Runner advances from second to third as well in Nance. And Marlon Bowen will pick up an RBI on the fielder's choice.
The ball was hit hard. I almost thought you were going to be wrong there for a second. May have play at the plate.
The third baseman for Hampden-Sydney took a good look at throwing home. That's the third baseman, Arnold. He looked towards the plate, but Seth got a good jump on contact and was able to score. And so now to the plate for the Bishops, Travis Gamache.
Like I was saying, Kieran, Coach Clifton changing the lineup up a little bit. He's got Seth Jones in the 6 hole. He was down in the 9 slot this past weekend, trying to keep that 10-run 8th inning.
Yep, and Gamache, the 9-hole.
From that,
Gamache, the 9-hole hitter today. And correct me if I'm wrong. No, I am wrong. Sorry, Gamache 313 on the season. I just can't read sometimes. It's hard.
It is small print.
It is small print. Gamache grounds this towards short, and it'll be an easy 6-3 put out. But the Bishops stick one more run up on the board. 1 run on 2 hits with no errors. There is 1 runner left on base, but the Bishops will certainly take that inning. At the end of 2, it's Bishops 2, Tigers 1. We'll be right back on Flow Sports with more.
2 hits, no errors.
All right, back to the top of the order. Christian Lancaster, 0 for 1 so far today. Caleb Dennis facing the top of the order for the second time as Lancaster swings and misses at strike 1. And Baden, what have you liked from Caleb so far?
I think he's really controlled the ball well, Kieran. Obviously, in the second inning there, was able to get a quick 1-2-3 inning, like I mentioned before. Not only today, he has struggled with 2 outs all year.
Yeah.
Maybe getting a little composure under him. This is a pretty good Hampden-Sydney lineup if you look at the numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Christian Lancaster coming in today was batting .545.
That's impressive.
It's fallen a little
Yes.
bit because he grounded out in his first at bat, but it's still not somebody you want to mess around with. But Caleb Dennis has him in an 0-2 hole here. Pitch fouled off above the Wesleyan dugout down the third base line, and it'll stay 0-2. Lancaster out of Danville, Virginia, just across the North Carolina-Virginia border.
Guess the Averett Cougars couldn't land him up there. Hometown of former USA South foe.
0-2 pitch, and Lancaster checks his swing and did not go, so it'll be 1-2. Dennis will try to put him away one more time. Here's the 1-2. Driven towards right field, charging in, and it's going to drop in for a single. Christian Lancaster leads off the top of the inning with a base hit.
Wow, blue pitch for the Tigers so far today.
Yeah, a lot of hits just kind of off the end of the bat. Hayes was trying to charge in and make a play on it, but just not quite enough. Just didn't really ever have a real chance at it as Grayson Harris steps into the box. Like we said, Grayson Harris, another great batter. I mentioned at the start of the game he's hitting .625 coming into today, but Caleb did get him in the top of the first. So he'll try and replicate that result here. Good as time any for a double play ball, but Lancaster's running, gets a hit and run, and it's going to go through to right field. Lancaster will get to third. And it's a high throw, but no further advance. Runners will be on the corners with nobody out for the Tigers.
I don't think they could have thrown that one up any better.
No, they sure couldn't.
Now batting for the Tigers. Who gets a good hitter, number 14, Jace Howell.
When you have high contact hitters like this Tiger lineup does, you're able to execute those plays a little bit more easily because as long as you're able to say, hey, I can guarantee
right.
I can get contact here, what would usually be a little ground out to second base turns into a base hit and a good situation on the hit and run.
And I tell you what, Kieran, not an easy job to go back side there either.
No. So Jace Howell, the lefty batter, heading the count 1-0 after Dennis's first pitch missed. And Howell grounds this through the hole into right field.
Great base running there from.
Yep, Harris will go first to third. Howell will stop at first and get himself an RBI single.
Now batting for the Tigers, your third baseman, number 8, Matthew Arnold.
So Howell's RBI single ties the game up at 2.
Same spot as well, Kieran.
Yeah, it's all that, but except that time it was pulled instead of slapped the other way. No runner there, and so Howell had to hit that one a little harder.
A lot of singles.
Grayson Harris said, "Yeah, I think it's been all singles so far for Hampden-Sydney as the first pitch to the batter Arnold is a strike." Caleb Dennis is 0-1. Is swung on and hit towards left center field into the gap. This could be trouble, and it is. It's going to one hop off the wall. 1 run scores. They're going to stop Howell at third base with still nobody out. It's an RBI double, and Hampden-Sydney has a 3-2 lead as Arnold puts the Tigers out in front.
Guinness really laboring right now, Kieran. Kind of getting hit around a little bit in this third frame.
Yeah, so Baden told me before we started today that there is a plan for a reliever to come in after him, and
we may see it now.
That, yeah. So pitching coach coming out, and yep, he is indeed going to pull Caleb Dennis. Runners on second and third will be his responsibility, and we'll be back after this break on Flow Sports. Stick around for more, and we'll let you know who's coming in right after this. So Colby Lewis into the game, the freshman out of Nash Central High School right here in Rocky Mount. Colby standing at 6'7", an imposing figure on the mound. He hasn't given up a run so far this year, but boy, he's been put into a tough spot here as Hampden-Sydney tried to lay down a bunt. They offered it'll be a strike, but unable to make contact on the bunt was Jack Wilson.
Well, I can see a bunt there where you're hitting the ball here in the third, Karen.
Yeah, especially with nobody out, but I think maybe they're just trying to get a feel of Colby Lewis here. The 0-1. Breaking ball missed high. So Colby's favorite athlete is Aaron Judge, apparently. And you know what? Me and Colby then have one thing in common.
That's right.
The 1-1. Swung on and popped up towards third base. Tracking over and making the play for the Bishops is Scoggins. And that'll be the first out. That's a big first out for Colby Lewis to try and limit the damage here. Nobody scores on the foul ball pop-up. And that'll bring in the left fielder, Christian Chambers.
Karen, I was about to say if there was a fly ball hit the Gamache, it was dropped. I was going to blame that one on you with the Aaron Judge referencing the World Series there.
All right. Mm-hmm. I see how it is.
Yes.
Uh-huh. I volunteer my time to come out here.
Right. Karen, I was going to ask you an Aaron Judge question. You have any idea how much that ball went for? 62 that was hit in Arlington. I'm not sure.
I remember there being the guy. I do remember the guy did sell it, but I think the Yankees were the one that wound up buying the ball back. So, but they got plenty of money, and they're just digging around the couch cushions for that. Ground ball to short will be out number 2. A run does score as Howell comes in to make it 4-2. It's an RBI ground out for Christian Chambers, but I imagine Colby Lewis not too upset about that one. He's just trying to limit the damage here.
How about for your Tigers? The shortstop, number 24, Hunter Powell.
So Hunter Powell, the shortstop, comes in, and two big outs here for Colby Lewis right off the hop. Breaking ball falls in. It's a curveball, 0-1.
Currently, what we talked about a while in these broadcasts, productive outs.
Yep. Hunter Powell 0 for 1 today. Takes his pitch outside, 1-1. Productive outs, but with a lot of at-bats left in the ball game, outs that the Bishops had to have. The way you really get yourself into trouble there is continuing to allow base runners, and a nice pick by Seth Jones to keep it in front of him, because with that runner on third base, anything past him is another run for Hampden-Sydney, and boy, it would feel big if Colby Lewis is able to hold them here at just 4 runs.
I know it's been a 3-run game, but the way it started, that's actually not bad. Yeah, I guess if only 3 here.
No, not at all. 2-1 from Lewis. Breaking ball in there for a strike, or not in the zone. They're going to call that, that Powell swung. He tried to hold up, and the home plate umpire said that he went around. Only 2 umpires here in D3. So no appeal at first base, as the field umpire is standing at second at the moment. And the 2-2 miss. It'll be a full count with 2 outs to Hunter Powell.
With that said, Karen, we do have the pitch clock in Division 3.
And Powell hits this out towards right field. Coming in and making the play is Malachi Hayes. Lewis limits the damage. And in the top half of the third, it's 3 runs on 4 hits for Hampden-Sydney. 1 runner was left on base. We'll take a quick break and be back with the Bishops coming to bat here on FloSports. Javier Quintana leads off the inning against Gavin Gregory for the Bishops. And, Baden, I was told you had something to tell us.
That's right. Just got a message from Hall of Famer Mike Fox, who's listening in today, Curran.
Okay. Quintana drives out towards right center
What a
field.
play,
And
Curran.
what a play in center field by Wilson, tracking back and laying out, catching it kind of above his head, twisting all sorts of different directions, and that'll be a loud first out of the inning.
Valley Bishops, get right fielder. Number 5, Malachi Hayes.
So Malachi Hayes, the left-handed batting right fielder, will step in for the Bishops. And Baden, what did Mike have to say?
Says he's enjoying your commentary.
Oh, excellent! All right,
He's
that's
wanting to
good
see if
to
the
hear.
Bishops can get 3 in a row today. He's getting ready to, I believe, heading his boss. I think he even said he's going to have us on the television. Florida Sports on the television, and the swinging the boss this afternoon.
Yeah, sure. Here's the 0-1. Hayes chops it foul. It's hitting a button on there. It's bringing it. Yeah. So 0-2 to Malachi Hayes.
Now Hall of Famer, college baseball Hall
Yes,
of Famer
and
Mike
Baden,
Fox.
you were over at the event.
That's
for
right.
Coach Fox. And what was that experience like for you in KC?
Once in a lifetime, Karen. Not many nights you can be in a room with Roger Clemens, Mike Fox, Jack Caglione, just to name a few.
Hey, Mark Teixeira was
Mark
there.
Teixeira.
I was very jealous of that one. Mark, one of my favorite Yankees. And,
Heck of an ACC player at Georgia
yeah,
Tech.
Georgia Tech,
Yeah.
absolutely. And great major league career with the Texas Rangers, the Anaheim Angels, and the New York Yankees. And the Atlanta Braves for Mr. Teixeira.
Now back to the Valley Bishops, good first baseman, number 15, Jackson Hobbs.
So Malachi grounds out, and that'll bring Jackson Hobbs to the plate. Jackson, of course, hit a towering home run to left center field his last time up. See how Gregory pitches him.
Speaking of the Yankees, Karen, what do you think about Tampa Bay Rays going to be in
Yeah, they're
George
gonna be playing.
Steinbrenner Field
I
this
know,
spring?
and Steinbrenner Field, like, to be clear, I mean, that is a major league
It is,
facility.
yes.
So the Rays, frankly, probably clubhouse-wise, might actually have a better situation
True,
than
yeah.
they did at the ballpark in Tampa. But it's obviously with the hurricane that hit, really wishing everything. There's still a lot of rebuilding
Yes,
going
it
on
is.
down there in Tampa, so certainly wish them all the best as they recover from that.
What's the deal with the Tampa Tarpons? Are they going to have a
I am not sure. I haven't read into it. Hobbs grounds it up to center or towards center field. A diving play and the throw made by the second baseman, Masterson. There's that all-region defense that you see from Masterson paying off there. It'll be a 4-3 putout as Hobbs is retired, and there are no runs, no hits, and no errors in the bottom half of the third. We'll move on to the fourth after this here on Flow Sports. Stick around. Sweet. So Jackson Masterson will lead off for Hampden-Sydney as he takes the first pitch inside for ball one. Masterson, of course, just made a sparkling defensive play to close out the bottom half of the third. And now he fouls the 1-0 off, make it 1-1.
two spectacular plays in the field there, Curran.
Yeah,
by
absolutely.
Hampden-Sydney.
I mean,
what about the catch by Wilson out there in center?
that was one of the more impressive. That we're going to see a Sports Center nomination on that one.
Kane Kepley getting a run for his money.
Yeah, seriously. Masterson, another foul ball. It'll be 1-2 as Colby Lewis looks to continue mowing down batters.
Speaking of center fielders in light blue, where is Vance Honeycutt slated to start this year at?
Not sure. And the 1-2, though, from Colby Lewis here catches the outside corner, and Masterson down looking. So that'll bring up Noah Leonard, the catcher. Leonard 0 for 1 so far today. First time facing Lewis. Swung on and missed. Strike one. Fastball from Colby. This game moving along at a great pace, Baden.
A lot quicker than what we saw last weekend, Curran.
Yep.
About 8 hours for 2 games on Sunday.
Scoggins fields at third, fires to first in time to retire Leonard. A nice play by Scoggins as he had a weird hop towards the end. But Noah makes the play and gets the second out of the inning.
Back to the top of
So
the
that'll
order.
bring up Christian Lancaster, the leadoff batter.
Number 15, Christian Lancaster.
Lancaster 1 for 2 today. Had a single his last time up. And wants to spark a 2-out rally for the Tigers. Here's the first pitch from Lewis, and it's bunted towards third base. Scoggins picks and will have to eat the throw. Never had a chance as he was playing back, and Lancaster was able to lay down the bunt. But now everyone's coming off the field.
Did he call him out, Curran?
Yeah, I'm not sure why, but it looks like Lancaster is out. And now the head coach for the Bishops, Michael Mulvey, the first-year coach, is coming to ask what happened, and I'm asking the same thing.
Shades of last night in the Stetson Florida game. Runner stepping on the wrong base.
Yeah, we don't have
that.
We'll talk about that in the next inning. But I guess what they're saying is that Lancaster may have stepped out of the batter's box when he bunted,
yeah.
and that might have been that must have been why he was called out. But either way, 3 up, 3 down. We move to the bottom half of the fourth here on Flow Sports. Bishops coming up to bat. So Jacob Trivet will step in and lead off the inning for the Bishops, trailing 4-2.
Curran, we got clarification on the last out in the fourth. Apparently he stepped on home plate when he bunted that ball.
Yep. So stepping on home plate while trying to lay down a bunt is a violation, and the batter is out. Bishops will take it, and now they'll look to put some runs up on the board of their own, but Trivet swings and misses a breaking ball in the dirt. It's 0-2.
Curran, going back to the Stetson Florida game last night, what's your opinion on the green base over there on the right side first?
So watch this 0-2 pitch first, misses outside. It seemed, at least in that situation, it caused more problems than it caused solutions, right? But
because it was not a close play, I believe.
No, it wasn't. And they said that the rule at Division One as Trivet flies this out towards left field, and it's going to be caught in left center field gap for the first out. The rule is that if you're a base runner at the D1 level, you have to at least make some contact with the orange base in foul territory, or the green base in this situation, I suppose it was. And they ruled that the runner never made contact with it. But then I saw the evidence on the replay, and it didn't seem very conclusive to me that he didn't make any contact with the colored part of the bag. So just kind of a tough situation. There are not many games you see that get played under protest.
If I'm not mistaken, yes, you're right. They did protest.
Yeah, and the Major League level, I don't even think you can play under protest anymore. I feel like I remember a couple years ago at the Major League level, they just got rid of the protest because nothing ever happened off of it, and they just kind of thought, I guess it was just redundant to exist when they were not redundant, but just pointless, I should say. But it's an 0-2 count on Scoggins as Gregory has really settled in for Hampden-Sydney, but Colin will foul this one back out of play.
Talking about Division I baseball occurring, we had a big midweek slate last night. Duke and Campbell. The Campbell's taking down ECU and Duke in the same year.
Yeah, Campbell kind of big game hunting so far. Ground ball to shortstop on to first, and Scoggins is retired. But yeah, Baden, you're right. Campbell, two out of the 3 wins against high major in-state opponents. So the Camels going out there and making their wins count. As Seth Jones steps up to the plate for the Bishops with nobody on and 2 outs. Gregory's first pitch is in the dirt. Ball 1. And Baden, that's your alma mater.
That's
Campbell,
correct,
of course. And so,
a new coach this year is Justin Hare. Went to Ohio State, got shout to Buckeyes currently alive. Buckeyes actually in the Wesleyan Athletic office, believe it or not,
The 1-0 is swung on and missed. Breaking ball low, and Seth was over the top of it.
Kind of on the opposite side of the equation of the Campbells. Kind of a rough start for Duke, NC State, and East Carolina. Pirates got swept by UNC this past weekend. I believe State's lost 5 in a row.
State has lost 5 in a row. They got swept in the Jacksonville Invitational, and then they lost to Liberty before that, and then lost to Richmond yesterday at home. They're just not hitting the ball very well, and you're not gonna win any ball games playing like that. So 2-1. Or 3-1, to Seth Jones. The delivery from Gregory is a strike on the outside corner. I'm not sure Seth liked that call a whole lot.
Nice frame job there, huh?
So full count, 2 outs, nobody on. The payoff pitch from Gregory is swung on and missed. Seth Jones down on strikes. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Bishops in the bottom of the 4th. We'll take a break and be right back here on Flow Sports. So Grayson Harris leading off the inning for Hampden-Sydney. Colby Lewis' first pitch is in the dirt for ball one. Harris 1 for 2 today. Last time up, he chopped a single through the right side on a hit and run. And the 1-0 is swung on and missed. Count is 1-1. So Colby Lewis has looked really strong and since he came into the ball game. What have you liked from Colby so far?
I tell you what, Kerr, I'm going to let you call this play a third here.
Yep, chopper to Scoggins, fires to first in time for the first out.
You know, I think a big part of baseball occurring is mound presence. 6'7" with that commanding fastball, really getting it done so far this season, not just today for Wesleyan.
Yeah, and that release point has got to be tricky for a lot of these batters to pick up on. Not a whole lot of guys at standing 6'7", trying to pick up the ball a little bit differently out of that really high arm slot. And that'll bring up Jace Howell, who's 2 for 2 with an RBI today. Takes the first pitch and hit him on the leg, and he'll take first base on the hit by pitch.
I believe we jinxed him there, Curran.
Yeah, perhaps.
It says here, if the review comes back that the call was wrong, the team has to redo the game
from the point of the protest, yeah. So, Baden, what we've learned from Conti over here, he has told us that when the game is protest, they don't replay the entire game. They have to go back and replay from the point of protest. So they would just reset the game in the 8th inning or whatever it was and continue from there. Fly ball out to right field is caught.
Nice play by Hayes.
Second out. Yeah, Hayes tracked over to his left and made the play. Kind of approaching foul territory, and that's 2 outs.
I guess in that situation, you take it to Birmingham instead of New York, as they say in Major League Baseball.
So this will bring up, excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong sheet, but now I'm looking at the right sheet. Jack Wilson will step into the box. He made a great play out in center field earlier, has an RBI to his name, and now looks to kind of get a second hit of the ball game, making an impact both ways so far. First pitch missed high, it's 1-0.
Speaking of Florida, Kieran, if you check out any spring training games, I see guys now underway across Major League Baseball.
I've watched one so far, but a lot of those kind of in the middle of the day, and I've got other things I got to do. And the fly ball out to center field, unable to make the play. It's going to come in. It's going to be second and third. It'll be ruled a double as Gamache had to kind of track back on it, had a tough play over the shoulder, not able to come up with it. So a 2-out double has runners on second and third for the Tigers, and a chance for them to really kind of take command of this game in the top of the 5th.
How about for the Tigers left fielder, number 2, Christian Chambers.
So Christian Chambers will step up to the plate.
Gamache unable to hold on to that one. Hampden-Sydney the bomb half of the previous thing, Curry made a play very similar out there.
Yep, they were able to know. Was it possibly even a higher degree of difficulty play? Because Wilson had to reach over his head for it. 1-0 to Chambers. Big spot here. Now it's 2-0 as Lewis misses low.
Gamache actually played in the same conference as Colby Lewis at Northern Nash in the Big East. A lot of realignment going on in high school.
Yeah, there is. And the high schools that I call games for over in Hillsboro, as the 2-0 missed, I think, inside. It's 3-0.
Do you believe that is for budget reasons, travel accommodation reasons, or?
I'm not sure what it is. I mean, because they're expanding to more divisions now.
Right.
So there's 8 divisions now, and so I think that's the main driver of it. 3-0 pitch misses low, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs.
So you would have 8 football state championship games instead of 4, correct?
8 state championship, most things outside of some smaller sports that don't have as many divisions as the others, like lacrosse, for instance.
For the Tigers, the shortstop, number 24, Hunter Howell. And Kern, with that said, I wonder if they have to expand venues for football outside of Carter Finley and King Stadium. Do you go into Duke and Wake Forest now like they did a few years ago?
Yeah, and of course you also maybe can call up Jerry Richardson Stadium in Charlotte and see him up in Boone at Appalachian State. And there's a ton of options. Dowdy Ficklin could be an option. Just a lot of stuff going on, but then you get into a lot of the east-west divide.
That's right.
You want more central locations. There's just not that many of them right in the middle of the state. Once you get outside of Duke, Carolina, and NC State, it's all spread out all over the place.
I think Vernon T. Bradley Jr. Stadium got to have a hand in that.
1-2 to Powell. Colby Lewis a strike away from getting out of the jam.
Mr. Bradley was up here the other day, actually.
Nope. Saw him at the last basketball game I was at. He was able to come.
That's right.
1-2 from Lewis. Swung
Beautiful
on
pitch.
and missed. Colby Lewis fired up on the mound coming off as he gets out of the jam. In the top half of the 5th inning, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 runners left on base. We'll take a quick break and be right back with the bottom half of the 5th right after this.
Shortstop number 13, Mason Nance.
So Mason Nance will lead off the inning for the Bishops. Nance on the day, 1 for 1 with a double.
Where he played well past 2 series, correct?
Yep. And a nice day today. No errors anywhere for either squad. Really cleanly played game. The 1-0 to Nance, a swung on and missed. Count even at 1-1. And Baden, I want to talk a little bit about baseball history. The recent Baseball Hall of Fame class was announced, and inducted into the Hall of Fame is, of course, Ichiro Suzuki, CC Sabathia, and Billy Wagner, the longtime lefty reliever in the major leagues. And it's always fun to see those Hall of Fame classes around, and you start to see, because both of us are in our 20s, and see some guys that we actually watched playing growing up get themselves into the Hall of Fame. It starts to feel a little bit more real, as it's going to be a ground out at third base for Nance.
How about Billy Wagner, the D3 product of Ferrum, used to actually be in the Dixie Intercollegiate Athletic Conference with the Battling Bishops.
Yep. So quite the journey from D3 to the Baseball Hall of Fame for Billy Wagner. And Maiden, we see this all the time of D3 kids that have just kind of fallen through the cracks, and they make quite the career for themselves. We've seen it regularly, and especially now. This is going to be chopped fair for Bowen down the third base line. He's going to round first, head for second, and should be in there. Yes, he is, sliding head first into second with a one-out double.
Curran, and I know
Marlon Bowen, his first hit of the season.
I know you're a big Tar Heel fan, but I believe the Tar Heels have about 3 D3 transfers starting on the number 5 team in the country.
Yeah, so if I think, starting Tyson Bass, a D3 transfer right here at North Carolina Wesleyan, the all-time North Carolina Wesleyan home run leader, Tyson Bass. Alex Madera, who played at Arcadia up in Pennsylvania, starting shortstop, and Sam Angelo, a D3 transfer, has been splitting time at the DH spot for the Tar Heels. So, yeah, that's right. 3 D3 starters have made their way to Chapel Hill. And this probably has a lot to do with Scott Forbes being a D3 product himself. Played here at North Carolina Wesleyan, and for Coach Fox, who obviously coached here at Wesleyan, won a national championship. And
Scott Forbes, the all-time doubles leader in NCAA Division III history. Davey Morgan was about 5 off from that last year, I believe.
So the all-time doubles leader at Wesleyan and the all-time home runs leader at Wesleyan both reside in Chapel Hill. As
I think he's on
the runner came off the first baseman came off the bag and reaching on the error it'll be Gamache.
Back to the top of the order from the Valley Bishops, the second baseman, number 21, Javier Quintana.
So Javier Quintana will come up. Excuse me. 2 on and 1 out off after the double and the error. Quintana swings, hits it towards the left side, fielded at third. 5, 4, 3, double play, and the Tigers get out of trouble. In the bottom half of the 5th inning for Wesleyan, no runs, 2 hits. There was no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. So Jackson Masterson will lead off for Hampden-Sydney in the top half of the 6th. And he's going to chop it to Scoggins at third, fires to first in time, and a quick first out.
Colby Lewis really settled in out there on the mound for the Valley Bishops.
He really has been, and at the pace of his game, we've had some side topics that we wanted to talk about, and the pace of it hasn't really allowed us to get that many of them in. So up to the bat now, it'll be Noah Leonard, the catcher. Nobody on and 1 out. And Lewis's delivery missed high, 1-0.
Touching on that Hall of Fame class, Curran.
Yep.
I know you're a big Yankees fan. Probably saw CC Sabathia pitch many times in his career.
I certainly did.
You feel he is the best starter for the Yankees of the 21st century?
The 21st
a former
century.
Brewer.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. As it's 2-1 now to Leonard. CC, because Clemens pitched into the 21st century.
That's what I was
So there is that. But the best years for Clemens were in the 90s.
That's right.
CC's best seasons were all in the late 2000s, early 2010s. And so I would say, yeah, perhaps yes.
I think it's a tough one.
But Garrett Cole, of course, exists too, and so there is that.
Still active.
Yep. Scoggins makes the play at third, fires to first in time. Leonard is retired. CC certainly, there's Andy Pettit as well, but CC is probably the best left-handed starting pitcher that the Yankees have had in the 21st century.
Back to the top of the order for the Tigers. Brings up the right fielder, number 15, Christian Lancaster.
So Christian Lancaster will step in with nobody on and 2 outs. Of course, Masahiro Tanaka had a good career for the Yankees, and just a lot of guys but the Yankees, there's not a whole lot of guys that have spent too much time there. So CC certainly has some years that a lot of other options haven't.
Will you be attending the Hall of Fame ceremony in Cooperstown?
I don't have plans for it as of yet, but I'll certainly look into it. The hotels are ridiculous out there because there ain't a whole lot. So
a beautiful scenery up there in Cooperstown.
Yes, beautiful little town. And the 0-2 pitch hits the batter. Lancaster will take first base. That's the second batter that Colby has hit so far. And this time with 2 outs. So Colby will have to dig in a little bit deeper to get out of the inning.
Stepping in for the Tigers.
That'll bring up Grayson Harris. Harris 1 for 3 on the day. Came into the game batting .625, so if he's only hitting 1 for 3, that tells you the Bishop pitching has done a good job handling him. First pitch to Harris is fouled back, 0-1. Beautiful day here at Bauer Field. Could not ask for a better February baseball game.
A little different from the 3 to 4 inches of snow we had a week ago.
Yeah, y'all got even more out here than I did over in Hillsborough.
Unusual.
Yeah, it's not common. Pick off at first, not in time. See if maybe a hit and run is on here. It was the same situation that Harris executed that earlier. Runner goes. Throw is going into center field. Lancaster is going to go to third. And Seth Jones is going to be hit with the throwing error. Now the throw to third base skips into the dugout. 2 errors on the play for the Bishops lead to a run for Hampden-Sydney as Lancaster scores all the way from first on a stolen base and 2 separate throwing errors.
Gabash, you cannot compound an error with a second mistake. That brings home a run for the Tigers, Curran.
Yep. Sloppy play for the Bishops. They played a clean game up to this point and just get hit with 2 errors and 1 go. Now a bit of a Colby Lewis trying to figure out what the count is.
I believe they called that a ball.
Yep. So it's 1-0 to Grayson Harris with nobody on and 2 outs. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
On Sunday night's final game of the doubleheader against Lebanon Valley, Bishops made 5 errors. So it's not been unusual this season. Sloppy defense out of Wesleyan. Hopefully it does not come back to bite them in the midweek. But Curran, as you have been a college baseball fan for a long time, midweek's usually a little sloppy. Younger guys get
in. You don't have your normal rotation going and some kind of weird stuff. As Harris lines this out to right field, that'll be a base hit with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Arnold with 2 outs and a runner on first. Matthew Arnold.
So that's a good hitter, number 14. Jace Howell.
Or excuse me, no, it's Jace Howell. Arnold had come out to collect the bat, and I mistakenly thought he was headed into the batter's box. This is Jace Howell, pardon me.
I think I need Remington, Curran.
Exactly. Remington could help out here. The Durham Bulls have a new bat dog.
I saw that,
because Ripley, the bat dog, or not Ripley, the bat dog, Ripken, the bat dog, unfortunately passed away. And
he was a staple up there.
Yeah, he sure was. And now the Bulls training a new bat dog. He made his debut at the Carolina ECU game at the BAP on Saturday afternoon. Did some good work.
Was Remington there as well?
Remington was not there, but we did see Remington on Sunday. Carolina actually has later this year, they have a Remington bobblehead giveaway.
You're going to have to snag me one if the Bishops are at home.
I'm going to have to, we'll see if I can get more than one of those as another stolen base. The throw goes into center field again, but no advance.
Not sure what the pitch was there, Karen. Was it what was called? Maybe a ball low?
I think it was a ball low. They'll correct us if we're wrong.
Talking about the Durham Bulls, Karen, I'm sure they are financially not happy to hear about the potential major league team coming to Raleigh. I wonder how that will affect probably the most historic franchise in minor league baseball. Bull Durham, famously after him.
Yeah, it's 1-2 actually on the count. We'll certainly see. I feel like I've been hearing talks of a major league baseball team to Raleigh over and over and over again for years, but I feel like I've never actually seen any serious progress being made on that front. And the word I've always heard from the Major League Baseball side of it is we don't want to expand until we have permanent homes already set up for Tampa, as Howell grounds this to second to Quintana in time. And we'll continue it in the bottom half of the 6th inning. For Hampden-Sydney in the top half of the 6th, 1 run, 1 hit, 2 errors, and 1 man left on base. We'll be back after this here on Flow Sports. Leading off the inning for the Bishops, it'll be Malachi Hayes. Hayes 0 for 2 so far today. Gavin Gregory is through 5 innings of work so far. He's only thrown 56 pitches. At this rate, he's on pace to just finish the game for
been doing, Kern.
For the Tigers. Yeah, and nobody up for the Tiger bullpen quite yet. As Hayes takes this one low. Or actually, there is one guy going, but it doesn't look like he's warming up in much of a hurry.
A little unusual for a senior to score a midweek game.
Yeah. 2-0 count to Hayes. Swung on and fouled off over, well, it's going to hit the netting on that third base line.
Karen, talking about our previous conversation with Major League Baseball, I know there was a lot of talks of the Durham Bulls, AAA affiliate of Tampa Bay, actually hosting them this year instead of Steinbrenner Field.
Yeah, that was always an idea that was floated around, but never picked up much steam there, because the Bulls obviously have to play somewhere.
That's true. Yeah,
that whole idea kind of falls apart as soon as you make that consideration. Here's the 2-2 outside. It'll be full.
Any word what's going to happen to 5 County Stadium over in Zebulon at the conclusions this year, as the Mudcats said, Wilson?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything yet.
Maybe some high school state championships, as we were mentioning with the expansion.
Yeah, there's also a lot of more independent league teams now since minor league baseball has contracted a little bit, as Hayes grounds out to short. It'll be the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Hobbs.
For the Battling Bishops, your first baseman.
Jackson Hobbs, who is homered today.
Jackson Hobbs.
And I'm sure that Hampden-Sydney is happy to see Hobbs up with nobody on
true,
base.
Yes. Karen, how about in spring training? I'm sure you remember as Christian Moore, if you're a big college baseball fan, challenging a call down 14-1 in spring training with 2 outs, 2 strikes, and a ninth. I have heard, actually, from some minor league players last year, they're not a fan of the full ABS challenge system. They prefer umpires calling it with 2 challenges a game. Okay. I guess the system is not 100% accurate, calling some balls into dirt strikes.
Yeah, there's always that thing there. That's why it's good to have at least a guy back there to be able to call most of them. And when you have challenges, and if you're right, you keep the challenge. That seems like the happy medium to me.
What's your stance on that? Are you a fan of speeding the game up in that way, or?
I'm a fan of getting the calls right. I would say. I think that would be the way that I would phrase it. As it's 2-1 to Jackson Hobbs. I think the challenge system is good. I wouldn't want to move to full automation because, like you said, there is some times where the system glitches out, and if you don't have a person back there, you can't overturn it, and that's not a situation you want as the 2-1 pitch is fouled away. So I think eventually, at some point, we'll see a challenge system at least at the major league level, and we'll see how that filters down into the college level at all. And
that could be interesting. I'm sure the SEC would probably experiment with that first.
They have the money to set all that up, as it's 3-2 now to Jackson Hobbs. Because let me tell you, as someone who's watched a lot of college baseball, if you get frustrated with MLB umpires, boy, let me tell you.
That is true, yes.
Strike zone not as consistent once you're at the amateur levels. Here's a 3-2. Missed high. Hobbs had to duck under it, and he'll take his base on a walk.
I was glad to see the lease for Charles Schwab Field extended out in Omaha to keep the College World Series in its natural habitat.
Excellent.
As they say.
Feels like that was always going to happen at some point or other, just a matter of getting the pen down on the paper. And Jacob Trivet, the DH, will come up, and he's got a runner on first base. This is a big opportunity for the Bishops here to kind of claw their way back into this game, down 3.
D3 World Series bounce around a little bit more in that career now in Cleveland, Ohio. It was in Salem, Virginia during the Wesleyan glory years.
What facility in Cleveland are they going to play that at?
That's a good question.
Okay. Or the D2 College World Series.
I believe the Lake County Crushers, actually.
Okay.
I think a minor league team. Not sure who they were affiliated with. I get it one time. Cary has been a home for, the D2 World CWS, Series for a while, yes.
1-0 pitch is fouled back. Will be 1-1 to Trivet.
I believe in the early 2000s, due to some construction, wasn't there a UNC and ECU Super Regional maybe in Cary?
Yeah, so UNC Baseball, when they were renovating the old Boschmer to the new Boschmer, they played a full season at the USA Baseball Complex in Cary.
Oh, the full year.
Yeah, they played the whole year, and they made the College World Series without playing a single game at Chapel Hill.
That's not bad, yeah.
Not bad at all.
I know ECU, I think they're the same. Even played one in Kinston. Maybe. Sagacy Baseball League there.
ECU at one point did play in Kinston for a regional.
Some independent ball moving into Granger Stadium now. The Woodguts are headed to Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Yeah, and I wonder if that might be the similar fate over at Five County Stadium to get some independent ball over there. I haven't seen anything yet. If anyone knows anything, feel free to let us know somehow or another. I'd be happy to.
That's right.
Happy to read about it. I love baseball all over the place.
Yes.
I'm trying to get us some new venues that I haven't been to this year, and so I imagine at some point next month when UNC is away for the weekend, so I won't be at the Bosch, I'm actually going to head down to Greenville and check out the Jungle. I've never been there before. Be happy to go see it. As Trivet fouls it back, because as someone like me who loves college baseball in North Carolina, I've actually been to shockingly few venues around here because I'm at the Bosch all the time.
I would never guess.
Here at Wesleyan.
I would never guess you wouldn't have been to ECU.
I know.
You just missed the Tar Heels there, completing the sweep.
If they weren't playing on a Monday at 5 o'clock when I had to work, I probably would have made the trip. But it's kind of tough to swing that right at 5 o'clock. If I left when I finished work at 5, I would have made it for, I don't know, an inning. But
you sure got you got to get you some barbecue out there. I hear they have some pigs cooking in the jungle.
I know. I'm all about that Eastern style barbecue. So I got a friend that's a senior at ECU, and I might have to pay him a visit in a couple later on this month as Trivet goes down on strikes. It's a big strikeout for Gavin Gregory to get the second out of the inning. So that'll bring Colin Scoggins up to the plate. Scoggins 0 for 2 with a strikeout today, but
tell you what, Karen, you talk about renovations in the state. Duke and NC State, both their ballparks undergoing massive renovations.
Duke Field and Coombs Park are both undergoing massive renovations as Scoggins swings and misses at strike one. And
much needed, I would say.
Yes, absolutely. And speaking of Jack Toombs Field, Chris Pollard just recently, Duke scuffling a little bit out of the gate so far, but Chris Pollard has picked up enough wins to surpass the Jack Toombs, of course, the namesake of the ballpark over in Durham, as the all-time wins leader at Duke. And Chris Pollard has certainly meant a lot to Duke baseball. Probably it's hard to think of somebody other than maybe Jack Toombs himself that's had the impact on that program that Chris Pollard has had.
Chris Pollard came from Pfeiffer, Curran, in the same conference as the Battling Bishops now in the USA South.
Pitch hit Scoggins. He'll take first base on the hit by pitch, and I'll have 2 runners on with 2 outs. If I remember correctly, Chris Pollard coached at Pfeiffer. He also, I think he played college baseball at Davidson. He played his college ball. Then he went on after Pfeiffer to coach at Appalachian State, and went Appalachian State over to Duke. So he's been all over North Carolina coach in the college baseball. So just a North Carolina college baseball lifer at this point.
We're going to have a pitching change for the Tigers. First of the afternoon for Hampden-Sydney.
Gregory might be approaching his pitch limit. He's at 77. We'll take a break and let you know who's coming in right after this here on Flow Sports. And Alex Fitzhugh, the junior out of Chesterfield, Virginia, takes the mound for Hampden-Sydney, and he's inherited a little bit of a mess here. First and second with 2 outs as Seth Jones comes to the plate and takes the first pitch inside, ball 1.
Currently, I received a text message.
Okay.
Volleyball athlete Brooklyn Covert has corrected us on the D3 World Series in Cleveland.
Okay.
They are the Lake County Captains affiliated with the Guardians. I misspoke there.
Okay.
Shout out to her getting that corrected.
All right. As Jones, laced it down the left field line, but just a smidge foul.
As you are well aware, Kieran, I'm not exactly familiar with Cleveland minor league baseball.
Nor am
from
I.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
But appreciate the correction. That's what we need, folks.
I know their AAA affiliate is the Columbus Clippers, and their AA is the Akron Rubber Ducks. But below that,
what a name!
I know it's a great name, the Akron Rubber Ducks.
I believe the Clippers, they play in Durham every once in a while.
Yeah, they're both in the International League. Yeah, so the Clippers do come down to Durham. But here, Alex Fitzhugh has a 1-2 count on Seth Jones. Big pitch coming here.
That's a great
pitch. And Jones takes it on the inside corner. Strike 3, down looking, and Fitzhugh fired up, walking off the mound. Big strikeout for him. In the bottom half of the 6th for North Carolina Wesleyan. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We'll be right back after this here on Flow Sports.
Tigers. Third baseman, number 8, Matthew Arnold.
So, new pitcher in the game for the Battling Bishops. It's Mason Botbull. And Baden, you said he had a strong appearance last time out.
Yes, he did, Curran. I believe he struck out about 3 in relief. Not a good start there.
His first pitch well inside, goes to the backstop, but with nobody on base. Wild pitch not in effect. 5-2 our score. Top half, should be top of the 7th now. Ben, I think you forgot to put a 0 up in the bottom of the 6th scoreboard.
That's correct, Kern.
Well, we got to cut Bain some slack here. He's trying to do 3 jobs at the same time.
A jack of all trades. Not doing them well right now, obviously.
Color commentary. He's got the PA set up, and he's operating the scoreboard here at Bauer Field as the 1-1 breaking ball catches the outside corner. It's 1-2.
Kern, we're going to aggregate. We're going to keep the trivia alive here at Bauer Field.
Yes.
You want to tell the kind folks on Flow Sports what we're offering up? What guy's question
All right,
is for
so
us?
we're offering 2 season passes.
That's right, next season.
Next season for the winner of trivia today. And the question of the day is, in honor of Hampden-Sydney, because this person is a Hampden-Sydney alum, who is the shortest serving president in American history? So we'll tell you the answer in the
Top of the ninth.
Top of the ninth.
If
There
you
we
know
go.
it, you could. I'll let you call that play right there, Karen.
Yep, yeah, it's a fly ball center field. Makes the play. It's an F8, and it's a bot bowl retires the first batter he faces.
If you know it, you can X us, Facebook us, or Instagram us. The first to chime in is going to be the winner this afternoon, Mr. Curran.
Yep. And that was actually not our originally scheduled trivia question. Me and Baden were talking about it last night, and we decided to go in a different direction when I got here this afternoon. So let us know on any social media for Bishop Athletics who is the shortest serving president in American history.
And when we give the answer, it's quite a story, actually.
It is,
Curran.
yes.
I think he's out of the box. No?
Nope, there's going to be a foul
Okay.
ball on the bunt attempt for Jack Wilson. So first pitch strike for Bot Bowl.
Curran, going back to our conversation last inning, this game's moving so fast we can't get to a lot of our talking points.
No.
The turnaround Chris Powers had at Duke, a
it's
program that
been
won
incredible.
only about 15 games a year before he took over. He comes in from App State. As mentioned, Coach get Pfeiffer, which was D2 at the time, now in the USA South. He's now completely revitalized that program from a team that didn't make ACC tournament curing. Now they are pumping millions of dollars into Jack Coombs Field just to keep him from getting picked up by the SEC, which I think he would do a heck of a job at an SEC institution.
And I have heard some stuff regarding Pollard and some of the interest he's received, but I'm not really in a place where I should be discussing that, as Wilson lines it down the right field line. It's a fair ball. He's going to make the turn at second and head into third. He would have been in there standing, but that head-first slide into third base is hard to resist for Jack Wilson.
He was
and it's a
flying around the
one-out.
bases,
It's a
wasn't
one-out
he?
triple
He
for
was.
number 44.
Stepping in for the Tigers, the left fielder, number 2, Christian Chambers.
And I won't entirely state what I've heard regarding Chris Pollard at Duke, but what I can comfortably say is that the interest that he's gotten from some big programs is very real.
Yes, it is.
It's not just something that people are speculating he would go to. It's real interest that he's gotten. He's consistently chosen to stick with Duke, and Duke and Coach Pollard have a good relationship where he said, look, I want to stay here, but you're going to have to commit to baseball, and so far the university has with some of the new facilities.
And
so
with the academic
credit to them.
requirements there, what a tough job to recruit to.
Absolutely. Not to mention, too, we talked about this to be a hit by pitch, which actually might be good because otherwise there was going to be a free run on the board for the Tigers.
Now the Bishops have a double playing order.
Yep. So reaching first base on the hit by pitch that was Christian Chambers.
Stepping in for the Tigers, the shortstop, number 24, Hunter Powell.
And you mentioned Duke's used to struggle to make the ACC tournament, and now they've won 2 ACC tournament championships under Coach Pollard.
That's right.
So
Defeating NC State for one of them.
One of them, and then last year I believe it was Florida State in the title game, or was it Wake Forest?
I thought it was Florida State, Curran. I could be wrong.
I think it's Florida. I think you're right.
Hey, could hear about Mike Martin's passing.
Yeah,
long-time legend in Tallahassee.
Yep, Mike Martin is Florida State baseball.
You know, we were talking about one day at the Bosch, Kern, if you remember. You talk about how crazy of a game baseball is. I'm going to let you call us. We got running action.
Chambers will steal second as the 0-1 pitch misses low. It's 1-1, and now second and third with one out, and Bishop's in danger of letting this game get away from him a little bit here.
You look at the College World Series, Kern. Mike Martin went 18 times for Florida State, never won.
Never won.
On the other hand, you look at Gary Gilmore, won a Cinderella run at Coastal Carolina. Wins it his first time and only time in Omaha. How about that?
Weird sport.
What a magical season that was in 16. I remember facing Arizona. I believe that was on like a Monday afternoon. They let people in free from the Aquatic Center because a lot of people were at work.
Was were the Olympic swimming trials going on?
They may have been.
Yeah,
they usually are out there.
They're right there at Omaha too. So 3-1, the count to the batter Powell.
And talking about how Coastal went to the World Series that year, I believe there was 2 outs in the ninth inning, rained away in Raleigh. They come back the next day. They beat NC State, I believe.
This is inside. It's a wild pitch. Coming home is the runner. The throw gets away from Botball. Would have been safe anyway. Wilson comes in to score on the wild pitch and the walk, and it's 6-2 Tigers here in the top of the 7th.
Stepping in for Hampden-Sydney, the second baseman, number 13, Jackson Masterson.
So pitching coach will come out to visit. We'll see if a change is on the way.
So we were talking about Curran when we were away on commercial break. Botwell did not look good in warm-ups. Kind of translated,
it was a little bit wild. Yeah.
Translated on the mound there for the red shirt freshman. A product of Pro 5 Baseball Academy.
Yes.
What a fascinating little baseball prep school that is.
Yep.
Gavin Gallagher.
That's
right. I believe a few Vanderbilt baseball players went there as well.
Would not surprise me. They've been churning out prospects over there.
So, Bishops played them in JV baseball last year.
So Derek Carter, the pitching coach, decides to let Botball fight this out himself.
Looking for a low fastball here, maybe get the Bishops out of the scene before we one run of damage.
Yeah, double play would be a great friend of the Bishops right here.
Kerr, not sure if you want to touch on the D1 rankings that came out. Virginia, pretty high up there this year for
Virginia,
the ACC.
Yeah, Virginia, and now it's going to be driven into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Masterson drives in Chambers, and now Masterson in a rundown between first and second, and Hobbs dropped the ball at first base, and that will have Masterson at second base. So it'll go down, I suppose, as a double for Jackson Masterson. He made the turn clean and just was able to get into second. And
rough defensive inning.
Well, not an error per se, but one that the Bishops would rather not have had to deal with. So second and third with one out now for the catcher, Noah Leonard. With runners, productive out, an option for Noah.
Kern, a little surprise here to see
and inside almost hit him.
I was expecting Greg Clifton in a 7-2 ball game maybe play for the out. A little interesting decision to play the infield in, but I guess you can't give up any more runs, but you're already out of slam-proof go.
Yeah.
Or slam range, as they call it. Excuse me. Yep.
Tigers 11 hits thus far today. No Leonard with the infield in. This is a wild pitch, and Seth couldn't find it. 1 run scores. Here comes the second runner, and it's a 2-run wild pitch as both Powell and Masterson come in to score. It's 9-2 Tigers.
I believe that's Botwell's third wild pitch that's coming in this ball game. A little shaky start and for him.
And they're going to appeal to third. They don't think that Masterson touched the bag at third base, and they're going to say he did. Now Greg Clifton going to have a chat with the home plate umpire, or perhaps make a pitching change here.
Well, Kern, that's what you were referring to with only 2 umpires in Division III. Maybe a little tough to see that.
Yeah, so Coach Clifton's going to speak with the umpire who is positioned at first base.
That's correct, yes.
So, but no real way to fix it. You've only got 2 guys. He's got to be somewhere. And unfortunately for the Bishops, I haven't seen a replay of it yet, and
I'll be honest with you, Kern. I did not see that live, so I
no,
cannot
I
make
didn't
a
either.
comment on that.
I was looking at Seth trying to find the ball. To me, it looked like I thought he stepped on the bag as he turned it, but I only got kind of a peripheral view of it.
Now, again, the Bishops are biased, but their dugout's located very close to that base.
Yeah, they are.
Somebody's obviously watching that
from
inside the Bishops dugout. But
Coach Clifton just
maybe they need to protest.
Yeah,
maybe.
Where's the USA South?
That's right, New
league
York
office. Call New York.
Call New York. Yes.
2-0 pitch misses outside. 3-0 to Noah Leonard. The USA South, they have headquarters in New York. Boy, that would be something.
Rome, Georgia.
Okay.
I believe. Well, the Rome Braves still located in Rome. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. I haven't been to Rome, Georgia myself, so I can't.
Commissioner Tom Hart located down there. Associate Commissioner Mike Kriskian located in Raleigh. He joined us last night. You know, he even said, Kern, and I got to give a shout-out to Mike Armbruster. He said we had the best popcorn.
Hey.
In the USA
How
South.
about that?
How about that, huh?
3-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Count is full.
Basketball action in full swing, Kern. We got
conference
both Bishops in semifinals.
Yeah.
Again, the big ones in Division I obviously start next week. I listened to a podcast, actually. We're going to let Bottle fire this one.
Yep, 3-2 misses inside. Leonard works the walk.
From CBS Sports saying the ACC, they need to have their tournament in Greensboro every year. I'm not sure why they're bouncing around that much. And we're going to have a pitching change here occurring.
Yep, as looks like Cam Walker is going to come into the game for the Bishops. We will take a quick break and be right back with the rest of the action here on Flow Sports. So Cam Walker on the mound for the Battling Bishops. Chapel Hill native. It's my neck of the woods in Orange County. 1 out and 1 runner on base. As it's hit towards foul territory down the left field line. Bowen coming on, unable to get there, as Lancaster will live another day.
Walker transferred from Division I Norfolk State, Kern. In my opinion, one of the best sliders in the USA South. He has that thing going. It's pretty much unhittable.
Gets himself a first pitch strike.
That's right.
Going to wait on Lancaster to collect his bat. There was a question of whether or not that was going to go foul or not, so Lancaster had to get going.
Speaking of the ACC tournament, Kern, your Tar Heels Playing a lot better. I hear they're about 50-50 on the wrong side of the bubble.
Yeah,
currently.
so the last projection that I saw, and of course, as the slider that we were speaking of actually just ran in and hit Christian Lancaster, so he'll take first base on the hit by pitch. We'll see. Joe Lenardi has them as the first team out of the tournament, so if they keep winning and some teams in front of them lose some games, and they could find themselves kind of backdooring their way into the field, which not a lot of people expected, but all they can do is keep winning, give themselves the best shot. And I'll be there on Saturday, and we'll against Miami. We'll see how that goes. If they lose that game, there's some real problems going on.
Miami not having a great year after Jim Warringega departs. So here Jay Lucas on the Duke staff may take that job.
Yep.
Heck of a recruiter, I believe. Yeah,
he's
Cooper Flag
excellent
getting
recruiter,
Durham,
Jay Lucas.
Son of John Lucas of the Houston Rockets, the North Carolina family there.
First pitch strike. It was a slider to Harris, to Grayson Harris. It's an 0-1 count. 2 runners on and 1 out. Walker checks the runner, fires at the slider, and it misses inside.
Talking about conference tournaments, Karen, how about the ACC changing the format? Single elimination now in Durham in 2025.
Yes, and so I have my tickets for the ACC baseball tournament.
I'm a little behind you, my friend.
Yeah, I know. But we're not in the first row this time. So no.
Really? Oh,
yeah, we're in row D. It was because the first one, by the time we were able to get in there, they had already been taken as foul ball down the left field line will be strike 2. And so we're in the 4th row, but
I figured they'd ban you after all your TV time.
I don't know what they would ban me for. I didn't say anything foul or
we had a Yankees hat on,
vulgar.
A Syracuse shirt, Tar Heel jersey. They called you a human parlay on that, so I believe. You were getting pretty crushed by ACC Twitter, Karen.
Yeah, crushed or just laughed at. I don't know, whatever. But you know what?
Well, you got interviewed that week, right?
Well, I did, yeah. Stephen Schott came down from D1 Baseball and his thing over there. A-plus guy. As this is kind of corkscrewed out towards first base, and it's going to get past Hobbs. That'll go down as an infield single for Grayson Harris. There's a question if that's a hit or an error. And the reason I would advocate for a hit was that I don't think that they were going to get him in time anyway. So it's either a single or an error, depending on how this ends up being scored. We're all in the press box trying to figure out what we're going to put up there for it still. And that's going to go down as an error, actually. So 3rd error on the Bishops. As Howell drives that into right center field. Yep, 1 run scores. Here comes the second runner. Advancing from first to third was Harris. And it's a 2-run single for Jace Howell.
Hampden-Sydney really taking advantage of Bishop miscues this afternoon, Karen.
Yep, Leonard and Lancaster are the 2 scoring runs.
Now batting for Hampden-Sydney.
And it's been a long inning here for the Battling Bishops. Pinch runner has checked into the game for Hampden-Sydney. Jace Howell came out, and checking into the game as a pinch runner is Jaheim Green at first base. So first time we've seen Jaheim Green today.
Heck of a lead out there occurring at first.
Yep. First pitch slider swung on and missed, strike 1.
Picturing at first base for the Tigers, Jaheim Green. They still have runners at the current. I said runners at the current. Wouldn't that be something? It's been a long day.
Yeah, well, not really. It's been a short game.
That's true, yes. The scoreboard.
Although we've been talking about it now, we have this 7th inning that's been going on for a year, seemingly. So
that's a tough call there on Walker.
Yeah. Slider missed inside. So the count moves to 1-1.
Going back to that format in Durham, Karen, I'm not sure I'm a fan of single elimination in baseball. I know it's for pitching, I would assume. But
for here, there's part of this, too, is that really with the pod format, for anybody but the top seed in the pod, it already was single elimination as Arnold drives into the left field. He's going to drive in Harris. An RBI single for Matthew Arnold will make it 12-2 in the top half of the 7th.
But
as we were talking about, with these 3-team pods, the highest the only team that wasn't in single elimination was the highest seed in the pot. So now it's just
right.
kind of even for everybody. And I kind of like the idea of watching every game and seeing every game matter. So, there's two sides to every coin, but, at least that's my positive perspective of it. But, of course, it is fun to see the pool play and just kind of see all this. Now, the formatting, part of it, too, is because they wanted every team to be included. And now the ACC sits at 16 teams for baseball, with SMU and Syracuse not playing in baseball. So you've got 16 with the addition of Cal and Stanford.
The Cuse might get with your big push.
Yeah, I know. We're doing all we can, but
that should count as a step off.
It's going to be a step off for Walker.
The only concern I have for the fans, and obviously a day at the ballpark beats a day in the office, but if you have any type of rain delays, you may have some games getting done at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning like they do in Hoover every year.
Yeah, because they start the, of course, I'm going to make sure that I'm just off of work that week. We're going to get that cleared well.
Hopefully the boss man behind me can make that happen here in Rocky Mount as well, right? Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. But it's for the first couple of days, the tournament are 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Right, yeah.
As the first, that 9 p.m. game ain't starting on time either.
Always,
so 0-2 from Walker. And misses low, and it gets away from Jones. Runners will advance on the wild pitch. So second and third with one out. Jack Wilson in the box. I feel like I forgot to mention that now that you get into a big scoring margin of a game on a baseball broadcast, your mind just starts wandering all over the place. But
currently, we're going to give the folks a little score update.
What do we got?
We got North Carolina A&T leading the Tar Heels 4-2 in the third.
Okay, well,
A&T kind of continuing what VCU did last night,
yeah,
jumping
VCU
out early.
Went up 4-0 as Wilson flies this out towards left field. Bowen tracking over into foul territory near the bullpen, makes the grab, tagging up and scoring on the plate will be Jaheim Green. It's a sacrifice fly for Jack Wilson, and the Tigers have a 13-2 lead.
Stepping in for your Tigers.
So this will bring Christian Chambers, left-handed batting outfielder.
We touched on Chris Pollard earlier. Duke's still struggling now, 6-1 to Liberty in the third. Pitching for the Blue Devils.
Pitching for the Blue Devils has not been there.
It has not been. I believe they gave up, 18 to Cornell in that
No,
third?
they scored 18 against Cornell. They gave up 11 to Cornell at one point.
11,
They
yes.
gave up 19 to Cincinnati.
That's why I was Cincinnati, yes.
It's been a Blue Devil pitching's been riding the struggle bus early, but a lot of time left for them to sort that out and get settled in. 0-1 on Chambers, 2 outs, top half of the 7th inning. Walker's 0-1 is a strike on the outside corner, fastball.
Also for our listeners who are Pirates, sure we got Lagos in this part of the state.
They're playing.
5-1 over Old Dominion in the 5th in Greenville.
Yeah, Pirates
looking to get back on track.
Yeah, Pirates need a win. Here's the 0-2 from Walker. Swung on and fouled back. It'll remain 0-2.
Big series for Bishops coming up, assuming this one does not pan out. Going to LaGrange, that used to be a College World Series powerhouse, still is. Deciding the USA South for many, many years before the conference split. So we'll find out a lot about this young Bishop squad in Georgia.
0-2 pitch is floated out to right field. That'll be a base hit. Rounding third and scoring will be Arnold. He's in there standing. It'll be 14-2 Hampden-Sydney off the RBI single from Christian Chambers.
13 hits for the Tigers in this game, Karen, but 3 errors on the scoreboard for the Bowling Bishops. They've came back to bite them this afternoon.
Bishops were within striking distance.
For the Tigers, shortstop number 24, Hunter.
But it's really just gotten away from him here in the 7th. 9 runs already for Hampden-Sydney, and they might not be done yet as Hunter Powell steps into the box.
We've seen a lot of big innings this week. Bishop scored 10 in the 8th against Lebanon Valley on Monday morning. Hampden-Sydney only one run away from matching that here this afternoon on a little midweek action.
Powell swings and misses at the first pitch, so it's 0-1. Bishop's in desperate need of final out of the inning here. Walker's 0-1. It's chopped towards third. Scoggins gets past him. It's going to be an error on Scoggins. That'll allow Powell to reach, and it's first and second with 2 outs.
That is 9 errors in 3 games for the Bishops current.
It's not winning baseball.
Second in for the Tigers, second baseman number 13, Jackson Masterson.
It's always going to be tough to overcome sloppy defense, no matter what level you're playing and who you're playing against.
Not the easiest playing the world for Scoggins. You'd take a bounce.
Took a big hop, but one that I think he would tell you he had to have. So first pitch strike to Masterson.
But you know the beauty of baseball, Curran, you got to shake this one off.
Yep, that's all you can do.
You get to play an after day Friday. A little different scenery as well. Maybe that will help the Bishops.
Masterson drives it out to center. And the play is made there by Gamache. And at the end of the top half of the 7th, it's 9 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors, and 2 men were left on base. We'll take a break and be back after the stretch here on Flow Sports. Stick around for more. Good. All right. Mason Nance leads off the bottom half of the 7th for the Bishops, trailing by 12. And there's a question of if the 12-run rule is in effect. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. I guess we'll find out at the end of this inning.
A little different than the ACC, 12 runs in the USA South. But midweek, Curran, I believe the coaches can decide. 'Cause, you know, a lot of pitchers trying to get work and may want to play this one out this afternoon.
Absolutely.
We've got action in both bullpens, so we may be playing the full 9.
Yep. Fitzhugh still on the mound for Hampden-Sydney as Nance fouls off that pitch, makes the count 2-1.
Curran, and you know, we were texting last night as we're both big sports fans, as you know, and we want to. I'm gonna let you call this.
Yeah, Nance drives it out to left center. It's going to be caught though by Chambers in left field.
We wanted to discuss the tush push. The owners trying to get rid of that.
Yeah, some of the NFL, and of course it hasn't been voted on yet, but an NFL team has decided to bring to the owners' meeting a proposal to ban the tush push, which for those unfamiliar is the unique quarterback sneak that the Philadelphia Eagles like to run and worked their way into the Super Bowl as a part in a Super Bowl victory using that play. And, you know, I guess to me, it feels silly. It's just like, well, if you don't want them to run it, you should just get better at defending it.
That's right, yeah.
Because other teams don't run it. So it's not like it's broken, because if it was just broken, other teams would do it too. So 1-0 slider catches the inside corner on Bowen, and so the count 1-1. Fitzhugh's 1-1 is swung on and popped foul out of play.
You know what that reminds me of, Curran? You remember the leaping rule over the center?
Yeah,
got outlawed a few years ago.
On field goal, on kicking attempts, yep.
I hate that got banned. And I'll tell you, I'm not a big fan of the new kickoff rule.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Because the NFL is the only place they have that.
That's right.
That's not in effect at the college or high school levels. This is pop foul, and it's going to drop.
Heck of an effort.
Yeah, heck of an effort by the first baseman, Grayson Harris, and laid out for it, but came up short. Yep, he did. So
have to give him a new pair of Oakleys. Huh?
Yeah, I'll have to take a trip to Sunglass Hut later on and find a new one. See how that affects his play if he has to try to catch a pop-up again.
That's right.
He'll be battling the sun.
Talk about the Eagles carrying Nick Sirianni, Mount Union D3 alum, making some noise in NFL. He's got a Super Bowl under his belt. I think that kind of squashed some of the Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady comparisons out there. But
well, at least on a temporary basis. You know, Tom didn't have all of his Super Bowls until a kind of a second-half renaissance in his career, and that could always be coming as Bowen flies out to left field. Well struck, but unfortunately right into the glove of Christian Chambers.
Stepping in for the Battling Bishops, the center fielder, number 22, Travis Gamache.
So Travis Gamache will step into the box. 2 outs, nobody on.
Talking about them Super Bowls up in New England, Tar Heels hoping to capitalize off that Bill Belichick, new football coach.
It'll certainly be interesting to watch. I don't, I really don't know how I'm supposed to have an opinion on that yet, because it's such a kind of a unique situation, and it just feels I don't have a basis for comparison there, and kind of figure out what I'm supposed to think about. So the only thing to do is sit back and let's see how it plays out.
Well, Karen, I think
it'll be must-see TV. We know that. I
think it's worth commending Carolina for putting money into the football program. Yeah, give it a shot, no matter how it works out.
That much we do know is that at the D1 level, especially, it's all about what your money situation is, and if Belichick can get people to donate, and apparently that has been the situation so far. It's that's a requirement for winning at the D1 level. Here's the 1-2 from Fitzhugh. Pop foul out of play. So.
And Karen, I say you look at these Division III games across all sports. That's why I love it. The most purest level of college athletics. You know, you got young men and young women playing for the love of the game, getting in my opinion, pretty much every D3 institution a first-class education. That's a strikeout there.
Yep. So Gamache goes down on strikes, and that will end the inning in the bottom half of the 7th for the Bishops, and that'll be no runs, no hits, no errors, no men left on base, and we're back with the top half of the 8th right after this here on FloSports. So we're back. Clay Wardius now pitching for the Bishops. Fires in a first pitch strike to Noah Leonard. Wardius, 6'8", right-handed pitcher out of Virginia, Broadwater High School.
Curran, I think we have a whole new defensive lineup
for the Battling Bishops. Tell us about it, Baden. Who do we got in there now?
Matt Ballard at first base, had a couple pitch hit appearances this year. Brady Williams as well, left-handed arm.
Yep. So 0-2 to Noah Leonard. Or excuse me, 1-2. 1-2.
Shortstop Connor Furby making his first appearance a year along with Kyle Brazo out of Wake Forest. Luke Stevenson, by the way.
2-2 as the pitch missed low and inside.
In outfield, we got left field Carson Ashman playing at the same high school as Travis Gamache, Northern Nash High School. We got Aiden Zimmerman in right field and Reese Davis in center. So the Bishops getting some young guys some work current.
Leonard chops it to short. Play at first is in time, and Wardius retires the first batter he faces.
Good opportunity to see what Battling Bishops have here.
Yep. Christian Lancaster step up to the plate. Actually, nope, there's a pinch hitter here as well.
Yes, there is.
Yep, so Lancaster checks out. And number 20, that's going to be Greer Farr, who checks in for
pitching for Hampden-Sydney,
Hampden-Sydney. Greer Farr out of Southern Shores, North Carolina, went to First Flight High School over in the Outer Banks. Farr takes it's a ball outside.
I thought Pigram had a pretty good frame job on that one. Didn't get the call.
Looked like a good pitch to me, but
Kurt, not only the first appearance for a lot of these guys this season, first in their college careers at the varsity level.
Yep.
As you know, Wesleyan last year had a slew of seniors, so really not a lot of opportunity to play except for these midweeks a year ago.
Farr takes the 1-0 pitch for a strike. Count even at 1-1. And the 1-1 missed outside. It's 2-1.
Look a little more outside than the previous pitch there. You know. Look at we're talking about height. Battling Bishop pitchers. Colby Lewis now.
Yeah,
look at Clay Wardius.
Wardius at 6'8", yep, and he yanked this one inside, and it's going to hit Greer on the foot. So a hit by pitch puts Greer Farr on first base. Grayson Harris now up to bat. Harris 2 for 5 on the day.
Stepping in for Hampden-Sydney, the first baseman, number 52, Grayson Harris. And Curran, I know it's a 14-2 game, but people are excited. We got trivia skill coming up.
I know, top of the ninth.
Thing.
Keep listening. Fly ball to center field. Play is going to be made by Reese Davis for the second out of the inning. Coming to the bat for the Tigers, it's Jaheim Green. Green came on as a pinch runner, and now will have his first at-bat today.
Stepping in for Hampden-Sydney, number 23, Jaheim Green.
Sorry. First pitch to Green is inside, ball 1. Wardius really living on that, from our perspective, left-hand side of the plate.
Also lines up on that left side of the rubber, Karen.
Yep. So he's the ball kind of running away from him. It's like he's throwing a lot of two-seamers and sinkers in the fastball.
Yep. Yeah.
The 1-1 on the swing on the breaking ball. Two outs, runner on first base. And outside corner for strike 2. Bishops would love a clean inning here. And the slider missed inside. Count 2-2.
Hampden-Sydney, if they continue to hit like this in ODAC, they're going to make some noise in that league. Heck of a D3, almost like a SEC or Division III there in ODAC. You got Randolph-Macon,
Is Christopher Newport up there?
They're in the Coast to Coast Conference, actually. That's a weird, about 3 teams in that league, Kern.
Yeah.
All the way from California to Virginia.
Oh, yeah, I remember talking about that at a basketball
conference
game.
there, yes.
Yep.
Randolph-Macon, Kern, they're in the ODAC Conference, and we got a ball go.
Yep, and it's in between
that's
shortstop and third base.
Kern.
Yep, that'll absolutely be a hit. In that hole between third base and shortstop, and Green gets his first hit of the day, first time he came up to bat.
Speaking of Hampden-Sydney, they have a top 5 basketball team this year.
Okay.
Final 4 appearance last year for
very good.
the Tigers.
Hampden-Sydney, of course, located in the unincorporated town of Hampden-Sydney, Virginia. It's a census-designated place.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, the closest official town would be Farmville, Virginia, right where Longwood University is at the D1. So
it used to be an all-girls school, I believe, at Longwood.
Okay. That would make sense because Hampden-Sydney is an all-men's school.
That's right.
Longwood, a co-educational institution now. Not as many single-gendered universities anymore.
Salem College in USA South.
Yep.
All-female.
All women's, yep.
William Peace used to be all-female.
Yep.
Now
they're a co-ed
they got a
school
baseball program now. That ball's inside.
Kid from my high school wound up playing pitching over there.
Okay. USA Complex is the home for Pacer baseball. Beautiful.
Great place to play.
I think they've turfed a few of them fields over there in Cary. Main field is still grass. But
2-0 pitch to Arnold is a strike, 2-1.
Hampden-Sydney's biggest rival, Cary, Randolph-Macon.
Yep.
Called the game.
Up in Ashland, Virginia,
Listen,
right?
this is called the biggest small college football game in America between those two.
2-1 catches the outside corner. It's 2-2. I've been in Ashland, Virginia one time, and that was because I was driving back from Syracuse, and that was as far as I got before my body just started to shut down, and that was where I had to stop. So
the train actually runs right through Ashland, I believe.
It does. Yep, 2-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and that will be a clean inning for Wardius. A good appearance from that young man. And in the top half of the 8th for Hampden-Sydney, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 Tigers left on base. We'll take a break and be back with the bottom half of the 8th here on Flo Sports. Bottom half of the 8th inning, leading off for the Battling Bishops, it's Brady Williams. First at bat for Brady today. Takes a first pitch strike from Fitzhugh.
He's got a very similar stance to Jackson Ellison, a current teammate here with Wesleyan. Left-hand slapper, Kieran's look appears here for Brady Williams.
Slider missed outside on the 0-1. And the 1-1 slider looked like a similar spot, and this time it's called a strike. It's 1-2, and Brady was a little bit frustrated with that call, it appeared. 1-2, pitch misses well outside, 2-2.
Kurt, the defensive substitutions keep coming in this half. Now for the Tigers, Greer Farr in right field. Gavin Smith now at second base for the Tigers.
As Brady launches this one towards right center field, what's going to be the fate? It's going to be a fly out to center field.
We found a while ago to go Curran to right center.
Jack Wilson was able to track over and make the play. Wilson, a black hole in center field.
Stepping in for the battling Bishops, number 32, Aiden Zimmerman.
So Aiden Zimmerman to the plate for the Bishops. First time we've seen him at the plate today.
Got to give props to our official scorer, Madison Morrison, keeping track of all these substitutions against game curing between the two. I think we've got about 11 in this last inning. 9 for the Bishops, 2 for the Tigers here.
First pitch strike to Zimmerman. And a strike on the second pitch as well as Zimmerman swings and misses at the breaking ball away. It's 0-2. Inside 1-2, pardon me.
Fitzhugh really pitched pretty well. Got 2 strikeouts, selling in nicely.
Fitzhugh pitching really, really well. He's quick work on the mound, too. He's getting the ball and just firing it almost as soon as he gets it back. As this is driven out to left field, back at the track, at the wall, and it's going to be caught just a couple of steps in. Zimmerman took it for a ride, but Jake Moore makes the play.
Stepping in for the battling Bishops, their first baseman, number 41, Matt Ballin.
So Matt Ballin to the plate for the Bishops, first at bat today.
Bring back shades of Billy Amick with a walk-up song.
Billy Amick, Jackson Vanderbrake used it.
That's true, he did. Yes, he did.
He changed it now, though.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's not using it this year. He actually, it was funny, at the first pitch dinner, Vanderbrake came up to speak. Everyone started clapping for him to the rhythm of the
not
song.
this year.
And he came out, the first thing he said, he was like, by the way, I'm not using that song this year, guys. And he hasn't, but he's off to a good start. Carolina's walking a lot. But his bat hasn't come there, but over 400 on-base percentage. So, as Billy Bean would say in the Moneyball movie, what do we like about him? Man, he gets on base.
Yes, he does.
And so 2-0 now to Balan. And he
gets on base too, huh?
He sure does, as he has a little floating line drive to left field, and it's a 2-out single for Ballin, the first baseman. Yep, man, pinch hitter for the Bishops. It's going to be Eric Stewart out of Durham, North Carolina. Went to Carborough High School.
Pitching for the battling Bishops, number 44, Eric Stewart.
First time we've seen Eric today.
And this season, first bag a year for
Eric. A big guy.
Yes,
Imagine there's some pop in that bat. And he's going to take the first pitch on the outside corner.
I like his stance up there, too, Current. A little wide.
Oh, yeah. A good base.
Yes, he does.
Count 0-1. Fitzhugh delivers. It's swung on and missed. And 0-2. 0-2 count. 2 outs. Bland, the runner on first base.
Good take there.
Yep,
got him to chase twice on that earlier. I guess.
Count remains 0-2. Or, excuse me, 1-2. Pardon me, moves to 1-2. They're not holding on the runner Ballin at first base.
You would not expect that with the score the way it is currently in this contest. No point in that.
Have yourself in ready position to make the outs.
But you know what, Karen? We're looking at that scoreboard and saying, man, it's going to be tough for the Bishops. But Clemson did in the ACC tournament. I think they scored about 16 in an inning against Defying Eye. That's a tough call.
Yeah, Eric Stewart's going to strike out on a check swing. I think the home plate umpire trying to keep this thing moving along in a 12-run game because that did not look like much of a swing attempt. But either way, at the end, in the bottom half of the 8th inning for the Bishops, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We'll be back with the top of the 9th and the answer to our trivia question of the day right after this.
Jack Wilson.
So Jack Wilson will lead off the inning for Hampden-Sydney. New pitcher on the mound for the Battling Bishops. It's Shep Fowler, freshman out of Roanoke Rapids, making his first appearance.
Coach Clifton coached a little football at Roanoke Rapids High School before his Faith Christian date. He could throw up 1-0 Curran. Was there a pitch clock violation?
No, the first I think he pitched or just missed, and so it should be 2-0 now.
Somehow missed that.
Yep. Are we ready for our trivia answer, Baden?
Curran, I think it's time.
All right.
Got to keep the people entertained in the 12-run ball game.
The trivia question today was, who was America's shortest-serving president? As it's 3-0 now to Wilson. And the answer to that would be a one Mr. William Henry Harrison,
right,
a Hampden-Sydney College alum, who got pneumonia at his own inauguration, and the 3-0 pitch is a strike. Got sick because he didn't wear a jacket, and then died in 30 days. And so you don't hear about Mr. Henry Harrison that often, but we'll contact the trivia winner, and Baden will take care of that for us.
I guess cheer coach Miss Tanya Grimsley this afternoon, Curran. She got that one.
All right.
Knows her presidential history.
There you go. Who took over that term? I'm going to Google that.
We need to Google that, Curran.
Who served after William Henry Harrison? Who was his?
Anybody knows that? We might give you something extra for that one, huh? Stepping in for the Tigers, number 51, Jake Moore.
We're going to look it up on the computer.
Folks, Mr. Curran is hard at work on our Dell laptop, newly installed here at Bowerfield. Yeah.
So William Henry Harrison was succeeded by John Tyler, and John Tyler served out the rest of his term. So there you go. That's the answer.
Now when it's cold, they hold them inside. I think there have been 2 of those inside. That's a heck of a trivia question there.
There we go. Yep. Base hit up the middle for Moore. 1-out single.
Talking about U.S. presidents, Curran, I got a fun fact for you. Did you know there have been 7 U.S. presidents to visit Rocky Mount? Starting with
seven ever.
7 ever, starting with Dwight Eisenhower. Okay. That's a little nugget there.
That goes pretty far back.
Yes, it
back
does.
To the 50s with Ike.
That's right. President Bill Clinton and George Bush actually visited North Carolina Wesleyan, Curran. Bill Clinton, listen to this, in Everett Gymnasium twice. I know you're familiar with that place. You call some basketball at the scores table there, my friend.
1-0 to the batter, Powell. So Bush and Clinton both visited Everett Gym. Was that during their campaigns, I'm guessing?
I would assume.
Because Nash County, a pretty politically purple county here in North Carolina.
It's decided, I believe, the last 4 elections, if I'm not mistaken. Or
interesting.
Whoever's won Nash County
also won.
Correct,
yes. Okay. A bellwether county, what do you call that? 1-1 count to Powell.
Actually, quite a big population in Nash County, right around 100,000, a little under. About
really
55, I believe, in Rocky Mount now.
1-1 pitch misses outside, and of course, Jim Hunt, former governor of North Carolina, hails from here in Rocky Mount in Nash County. Roy Cooper, governor, also from Nash County.
Northern Nash alumni, that's right. Maybe some memorabilia of him up when Travis Gamache and Carson Ashman walked the halls there. Shep Fowler still on the mound for the Bishops here.
2-1 pitch. Missed outside, 3-1.
Rocky Mount, as you know, Curran, known for the railroad and tobacco industry. That's how this town really got going. Maybe a minor league team come to Rocky Mount called the Locomotives or something, Curran. You never know. They can bring baseball back to Rocky Mount.
Certainly an independent indie ball team, for sure.
And, now, with the addition of the Wilson Warburgs, and now, there's talks of can Wilson sustain 2 baseball teams for the Tobbs? Could the Tobbs be looking a new home? Maybe Rocky Mount would be a good destination for them, or Zebulon, as we had mentioned with 5 County Stadium earlier in this contest.
Yes. 3-2 from Fowler. Swung
Good pitch,
on
Kern,
and
yeah.
missed. Up and away. Gets Powell swinging, and that's 2 outs in the top of the 9th. That'll bring up the new batter, Sanderson, or, excuse me, yep, or Sanderson High School. Oh, my goodness, I'm just running everything together at this point.
Stepping in for Hampden-Sydney, number 13, Jackson.
So it's Jackson Masterson. Pardon me. Your name is not Sanderson. That's just where you went to high school.
That's right. Kern, I will tell you, is that
First pitch misses high.
yes, it is. I love my boss, Aaron Dick, but he's got me in a bad habit now as a baseball fan. He's
Okay,
got me
what's that?
collecting lapel pins from minor league
Okay,
teams.
yeah.
That's a bad habit to get into, my friend. Your board gets full quick if you travel to quite a few ballparks. Maybe we can get one for minor league team in Rocky Mount.
Yeah.
Never know, yeah. What do you collect when you go to ballparks?
I get hats.
Oh, you
That's what I
do?
get.
Okay.
So I got a
That's
lot
right,
of hats. Yeah.
I've seen you with your infamous interlock NY
Yeah.
Yankees hat.
Yeah, that's the one I wear all. That's my team. So
And
that's
let
the
me
one
tell you,
wear
I
all the
got to give
time.
a shout out to your dad, Jay Campbell. He's got me on Ebbett's flannels. I
Yeah,
tell you,
yeah,
some
Ebbets flannels.
throwbacks there, huh?
I've got some. One of my favorite Ebbets flannels hats is I have a Hiroshima Carp. That's a Japanese league, a Nippon professional baseball team in Hiroshima, Japan, and they have a pretty cool logo, the Hiroshima Carp. It's an interlocking CH. And so I was
really?
like,
Okay.
it's kind of almost like similar, not similar. Corinth Holders High School has a logo
Yes.
similar to that. So that's one to think about.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you discover that ball club in Japan?
Because I was scrolling the Ebbets Field Flannels
okay.
website, and I saw that. I thought that was a cool hat. So, it's also similar. There was an old mock-up Carolina Hurricanes logo before they settled on the logo that they use today and use for the existence of the franchise. 3-1 pitch actually missed behind Masterson, and it's going to go be a base on balls, and had a similar like purple interlocking CH logo that before they settled on the red and black color scheme they moved to. So it's just some fun stuff that you find out. Up to the plate for Hampden-Sydney is number 56, Jack Wells.
Number 56, Jack Wells. Kern,
First
talking
time.
about Corinth Holders.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw, they have about 30 major league scouts in their
Really?
game. They had a young man named Briggs McKenzie. Apparently he's a potential
Okay.
first-round pick.
Wow.
Also, our softball ace, Morgan Acott, graduate of Corinth Holders.
Okay. First pitch to Wells is a strike, 0-1.
Beautiful campus up there, Kern. I don't know if you ever had a chance
I
to
have
visit
not. I
there.
think my dad's been there
Okay.
before, but I have never been. I think he spoke to a class there at one point. 0-1 pitch to Wells. Fowler misses low, 1-1.
Well, action in the Bishop's bullpen. We may see
Yeah, one last.
if Fowler can't get out here.
Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Fowler's pitch. Missed outside, 2-1. $14-2 score, top half of the 9th inning.
You know, the kind of unbelievable skag this game, Kern. We've got a 14-2 ball game with a combined 4 walks.
Yeah.
That is something you don't see every day.
No.
A lot of hitting in this game.
A lot of hitting, and some
10
rough
RBIs
defense
for
as
Hampden-Sydney.
well. Yeah.
That's impressive this afternoon.
No home runs for them. So
I think Jackson Hobbs got going long ball, I guess, from the
yep,
left
he
center
does.
over
Yep.
the 372
Back in the bottom half of the first inning, all the way back then.
Feels like an eternity ago after that 9-run seventh.
2-2 from Fowler is fouled back. Wells remains alive. We'll do it again. Two on the way from Shep Fowler. Yeah, this one's fouled back into the screen as well. 3-2. Or no, excuse me, no, it'll stay 2-2, not 3-2.
Kern, I'm going to need a favor from you. So
What do we got, my friend?
You know, my boss, Mike Armbrust,
Yes.
is actually standing behind you in blue right now.
Yeah, there he is. Hey, Mike.
You guys settle an argument between us.
Okay, what do we got?
Now,
I'm a
biased.
neutral. I'm
No,
a neutral third party.
You are biased in this question, Kern.
Okay. Oh, well, shoot. All right, here we go. And
Yeah, hit
2-2
him.
pitch hits Wells on the elbow. Bases will be loaded. What do we got?
What is the biggest rivalry in college sports? Ohio State, Michigan football. Now, I'm a Duke basketball fan.
Sure.
You're a Carolina
Yeah.
basketball fan. I'm winging Duke, Carolina on this. He's winging Ohio State, Michigan. What do you think about that?
Bigger overall.
Now, football may have more importance on your season in general
Yeah.
due to the fact there are less
Yeah.
games. But does it mean as much as Duke, Carolina? You got students in Durham camping out in Caveville for over a month for that game.
Yeah,
Kern.
well, I'm not going
I know
to say.
you- yeah,
I'm not going to say what I think
right.
about that.
I know you were not a fan of the dark blue in Durham.
No, I'm not.
That's right.
But I like to think that I can be honest.
Okay.
And fair in my judgment. Logically, football is bigger than basketball at the college level.
Correct.
So I'm going to say Ohio State, Michigan is bigger.
Wow.
That doesn't
you
mean
just hurt my heart there. As a
I'm
Tar Heel.
sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but more people are going to watch that. And ultimately, if we're judging how big a rivalry is, that might be what we have to judge it on.
Kurt,
and so
you've got to understand
it's
here.
only one game a year versus two, and so
Maybe
there's that as well.
What about the Final Four game?
That's different.
So that is
different.
Okay.
That
He
game,
agrees.
that
Mike
game
shaking his
alone,
head. Okay.
that game alone is
Okay.
maybe the biggest college rivalry game to have ever happened.
Went the wrong
especially
direction.
given it went the right direction if you ask me.
Okay.
But that was a unique situation. But I would say during the regular season, on average, that Michigan Ohio State is probably a bigger game.
Wow.
Just because you get it's just football it's bigger. That's all there is to it. As much as I love basketball and we love basketball around here on a national level, I think that it would be viewed the football rivalry would be bigger.
So now I am officially totally outnumbered. Listen,
I'm sorry, Baden.
You've been to my
You know
office across the way. That's
course.
a ball hitting the air.
Yeah, it looks like
That's gonna be
tracking
down.
back, and it's going to get into the gap in left center field. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. Here comes the third runner. It's a bases clearing double. And Hampden-Sydney is now up 17-2.
So across from my office, which you have been in, Kern, our volleyball coach. Well, I got to make a PA announcement here, Kern. We got a new batter, I'll pick that up here in a second. Let's see. No pinch runner.
No, it's a new batter, though.
Now batting for Hampden-Sydney, number 52, Grayson Harris.
So Grayson Harris. Grayson actually started today, so he's been in.
That's right. He's been in a long time.
Yeah,
Our volleyball coach, Kern, Ohio State fan, Mike Ohio State fan, so I just get from all sides of the OHIO, as they say.
Yep. Harris grounds out to short, and that'll take us to the bottom of the ninth. In the top half of the ninth, of course, our live stats have fallen behind here, actually, so that's not good. But either way, 3 runs scored for the Tigers in the top half of the ninth. 17-2 our score. We'll be back with the bottom half here on Flow Sports. Kyle Brazo leads off the inning for the Bishop, swings and misses. And the first pitch, new pitcher into the game for Hampden-Sydney. That's number 5. There's no numbers on the front of the jerseys, so it's been hard for us to kind of pick out sometimes who's actually on, because if we see a pitcher, we're only seeing like the chest, and so it's not. But if it's number 5, that's Chase Sanford out of Mechanicsville, Virginia, Atlee High School.
And, Karen, we started off this game talking about the uniforms, and I didn't even notice. How about the white pants, gray uniforms?
Yeah.
That was odd. Didn't even notice that until later in this ball game, but it's worked out for the Tigers this afternoon so far.
2-1 pitch to Brazo is low.
Karen, I'd like to see a 2019 ACC tournament all over again. A 16-run game by Clemson. The Bishops would walk this one off.
That was the inning that truly never ended.
Yes,
I
happens tonight.
I left that game early, and I go to the ACC. Brazo rips it towards third base. Play made, throw to first, high, and Brazo's got to turn and go to second after the throw gets past the first baseman. So it'll be, I believe that'll be an infield single, and then advance to second on the throwing error for Brazo. And that's his first college hit.
Stepping in for the Battling Bishops, number 52,
Tyler
Pegram.
Tyler Pegram will now bat with a runner in scoring position and nobody out.
Always good to see the freshman coming in the big spot here late. As they say, Karen, especially in basketball.
Well, it's popped up. Catcher can't find it. It's going to go out. I think it went out of play behind us here on the box.
So I was referring more to basketball when you talk about minutes. These minutes are meaningful to a lot of guys.
Yeah, you cannot simulate game pitching in practice, even in a blowout. You can't simulate it. As Sanford steps off.
As they say, Karen, the hardest thing to do in baseball is hit, and maybe the hardest thing in sports.
Absolutely.
I believe, yeah.
Probably baseball and golf might be 2 of the hardest sports there is. Just
I can
the
attest
margins
you down
that you're
golf.
playing with.
Not good, Karen.
Not good?
No.
That's okay. I'm not either. So,
however, Karen, me and Mr. Mike over here big into pickleball now. I'm sure that's one of America's fastest growing sports.
Yeah, pickleball really, because anyone can play it. And so that doesn't make it easy, but everybody. It's very accessible, and that's always good to get folks up and active. So 2-2 now to Pegram. 17-2 still our score. Brazo, the runner on second.
Current with this loss, if this holds, Bishop's going to fall to 2-6. Not the start they've wanted this year. Hampden-Sydney going to get their second win of the season, I believe, through 5 games. But you know what they say in baseball? It's all about playing at the right time, and when conference rolls around, Bishop's hope to have a little more pieces of the lineup figured out.
No championships are won in February, as the wild pitch is going to allow Brazo to get to third.
Who's on deck right now?
So full count.
Runner on third base, nobody out. Sorry to interrupt you. I know you were talking. Some of these young men here, that Pegram strikes out.
Yep. That'll be the first
similar
out.
to Carolina basketball, JV baseball here in Rocky Mount.
Yep.
So sort of floater guys, as you would call them, and going to probably play again on Thursday. Stepping in for the Battling Bishops, number 11.
So Connor Farabee will head to the plate. First time we've seen him today.
And I was reading an article, and there's a hit.
He lines it right up the middle for a base hit. Hard ground under center field. It's the first college hit for Connor Farabee. He gets an RBI as Brazo comes in to score. And it's 17-3, a little football score here at Bauer Field.
Stepping in for the Battling Bishops, number 4, Carson Ashman.
This is a good pick. I like this song. This is good.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes. There's somebody I've heard have that.
Alex Madera uses that in Chapel Hill as Carson Ashman takes the first pitch for a strike.
So I was saying, I was reading an article today going back to Carolina, I saw JV basketball may no longer be a thing in Chapel Hill.
Really?
Duke got scholarship limit that the NCAA has and roster cap. He's
Gotcha.
going to get his
Yeah,
first
how about
scholarship.
it?
Yeah.
Carson Ashman. And our
backside, too,
Yep,
huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Slaps it the other way, moves the runner to second. And, you just got to keep getting runners if you want to come back from 15 down. That's what the Bishops will keep doing.
Stepping in for the Battling Bishops, number 29, Reese.
Reese Davis to the plate. We're talking about that Clemson inning. That's how it
right.
all
What
starts,
happened?
Baden.
Speaking of Reese Davis, you reckon he's made some guest appearances on College Game
I know,
Day,
right?
huh?
First pitch to Reese misses high. Reese with 2 E's, not 1.
Yes, that's right.
So, well, I guess it's 3 E's total.
Reese's
there's 2
son,
and the one-
the
yeah.
ESPN
Yes,
son,
played at Duke.
Played at Duke,
Yep,
yes,
yep.
I believe. Well, right field action for the Blue Devils.
Way back to Brady Williams or no?
1-0 misses high and inside to Reese.
Pinch hit for him.
Pinch hitting for him is Sam Colsano.
And what is he, a freshman?
No.
Talking about announcers, Karen, how about Dick Vitale back?
I know, it's
That's
great to see him back.
yeah.
Just an absolute gem of a guy. There might not be anybody that loves college
That's
basketball
right, yeah.
more than him.
I really wish, as a Blue Devil fan, they let him call Duke Carolina game one last time.
Yeah, one last go.
You kind of associate that game with his voice, as you well know from over the years.
And it's going to be a walk for Reese Davis to load the bases. Brings up Sam Colasano.
Your attention, pinch hitting for the Battling Bishops, number 47, Sam Colsano.
Sam well-traveled out of Sandwich, Massachusetts.
Wonder how close to Cape Cod that is. Cape Cod baseball.
Well,
league.
we can Google it. We got
That's
the
right, we do, yes.
Let's see. I'll use my phone here.
Went to Barnstable High School, yeah.
Yep. Oh, well, I got something else going on my phone. Hold on, we'll move the sheets here. We'll take
Yeah,
a
let's
little.
do it.
Yeah, let's see.
You ever been up to Cape Cod?
Welcome to Geography 101.
Yes.
My name is Curran Campbell. I'll be your instructor today. And we are Googling.
I figured Mike Armbruster would know that well-traveled from Indiana and Ohio. You think he would be able to route that one
Okay,
off
I
the top of his
accidentally
head.
just Googled sandwich maker. That's
It's getting weird here, folks,
Yeah,
in
you
a
know,
17-3 ball game.
Sandwich, Massachusetts is. Yeah, that's right on the Cape.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay.
Right on the west side of it, and
Wonder how far from
close to the mainland, a little bit.
Katuitt, huh?
Yep, south of Plymouth.
Okay. Plymouth Rock,
Yep.
huh? Yeah.
Wild pitch is going to allow runner to score, make it 17-4. And it's a 2-0 count on Mr. Colsano.
You got to get out and watch some of those Cape weekends.
I know. I got to get up there in the summer, and I had a couple friends that worked up there.
Really?
I
Okay.
went to school with at Syracuse.
You cannot find a McDonald's up there, Kieran. All mom and pop stores.
That's
A lot of
awesome.
fish
I love
houses
it.
On the water. It's
I love it.
beautiful.
It sounds
know.
like a great place to hang out.
I assume some Tar Heels have played up there. in
Oh,
the
absolutely.
Summer.
Yep. Yep. One of Johnny Castagnazzi played up there.
We saw him last summer. He actually played, and here's a pitch.
2-1 is
Against,
fouled off by Colsano.
He played in State College. Him and Tyson Bass.
Oh, the
squared
State
off
College Spikes.
in the MLB draft
Yep.
league. John, hey, the Frederick Keys converted minor
Yeah,
league team,
yep.
huh? It used to
Frederick,
be the
Maryland,
Orioles,
yep.
yeah.
We've driven through Frederick, Maryland a couple times.
I believe Penn State's getting a big renovation to their football stadium, I read.
Okay. Not surprising, given the financial
Can
situation.
James
the Big
Franklin
Ten
win
is
the
in.
big game is the question.
Well, that is the question, and we know he can. We know he can win the easy ones,
That's
but
right. Knock her
the
water.
money is made in the big ones. As Colsano draws a walk, we have a score update from Chapel Hill. Carolina was down early, but Gavin Gallagher at the aforementioned Pro 5
That's
Baseball
right.
Academy
Right on cue.
just hit a 2-run home run, and Perry Hargett starting for the first time, and he had an RBI, and Heels are up 6-4 over at Boshemer.
We got any update on how Tyson Bass, former Bishop's, going in that game?
Yep. He made a really nice catch in right field
Oh, okay.
earlier, and that
Okay.
makes sense. You know, he played center field here or did he play center?
He played right.
He played right.
He did
Excuse me.
play
Sorry, I
right.
thought he played
Justin
center for some
Paget
reason.
played center field,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's right. My bad. But Tyson plays a great right field over there. Has made some really nice defensive plays out there. His bat not quite at the level he wants to get
right.
at yet, but
It is early.
it's early, and he's seeing the ball well. He's hitting the ball hard.
He is,
He just
yeah.
hasn't been able to lift them yet, and he'll get there. 0-2 swung on and missed.
1 out away
And
for the
Zimmerman
Tigers.
down on strikes. And, yep, Tigers 1 out away from their second victory of the season.
Stepping in for the Ballard Bishops,
So that'll bring up-
41, Matt Ballard.
That'll bring up Matt Ballin.
We got to hear the stroke one more time.
I know,
huh?
one more.
You get to clap your hands.
One more, I know,
Billy
I know.
Hamick and Jackson Vanderbrake probably listening tonight.
I'm not sure Jackson's
know.
listening. He's playing
He's
a
playing.
game right now.
Maybe.
Maybe he's got like one AirPod
Yes.
in.
He's got pitch calm in one, and the Flow Sports broadcasting you up occurring.
1-0 pitch fouled back, 1-1.
Tell you what, Flow Sports got some big college baseball. Did you see the Shriners Classic on there?
Yeah, I mean, because Flow Sports has all of the Coastal Athletic Association games.
Yeah,
And
Campbell and Wilmington.
Campbell, Wilmington, so it's a
Elon,
good
yeah.
ball. Yep, great, good squads. 1-1 misses outside.
Plenty of more Ballard Bishop games, including Randolph-Macon, who we talked about going a heck
Yep.
of a run in basketball. They're going to be here, number 16 in the country. Midweek contest next week. Kern, if you thought that got any easier here,
I know.
King's coming into town next weekend. I believe you're about 18 in the D3 baseball poll.
Wild pitch will allow a run to score as Carson Ashman comes in to make it 17-5. Home plate umpire's got to dust off the plate after that one. 3-1 to count for Matt Ballin. Second and third, 2 outs. Ballin takes the pitch, strike 2, full count. Anything close going to be a called strike here at this
You would
point in the
assume,
game.
Kern, yes. But Kern, I got to tell you, it's been a pleasure having you here
Absolutely,
today.
good to be here.
We got to do this again soon.
Absolutely,
I tell you,
we
this
will,
is a
we
lot of
will.
fun.
We'll take a look at the schedule here and let you know when we can come back down.
Hopefully the result is a little different. I
Yes,
think that might
yes.
have to kick you out of the press box after
Look,
the game.
hey,
That's right.
it's been a mixed bag across different sports. So the first basketball game I called for Wesleyan, they lost, but the second one they won. Football, the first game they lost, the second one they won.
You were here for the big senior game win over
Yep,
Brevard,
against Brevard,
right? Yeah.
yep. And so if the pattern holds, even though not looking great for the Bishops today, as Ballin fouls it back to extend the at-bat, one more pitch.
The game is never over until the final strike is thrown.
That's true, but
it's not look great at the moment.
It's down 12 with 2 outs at the bottom of the ninth. It's a tough spot.
But that's a walk.
That's
There
a
we
walk.
go, yeah.
You can't. Got to keep stacking base runners. All there is, right? But if they lose this one, then by the rule of the other sports that I've called
You got to come
here,
back.
is they'll win
you
the second
got to go to
one.
LaGrange, Georgia.
I know.
Do a little radio call, huh?
That's a little bit of a haul for me, but
Yeah.
and now we're going to have a mound visit
Pitching
and a
change.
pitching change.
Yeah.
So we'll take a quick break and let you know who the pitching change is right after this. Pitcher into the game for Hampden-Sydney trying to close it out is Justin Reynolds out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. Senior in this Hampden-Sydney program. Eric, can't speak.
Eric Stewart.
Eric Stewart batting a second at bat for the Bishops today. And it's a 1-1 count to Eric.
Kern, I believe Justin's made about 17 appearances in his career, so it's be 18 today.
Number 18, and he misses inside, makes it count 2-1.
Not too big out there, only 5'8",
No,
150.
5'8", yeah, not a big guy. Atlantic Shores Christian School, where he played his high school ball.
That's right.
The 2-1.
And you contrast that with Eric Stewart. Look at that in the box. Yeah. We got a big size matchup.
Yeah, Eric, 6 foot, 215.
Maybe he can play some linebacker in the fall. Yeah, good size.
And the 2-2 from Reynolds. And he steps off. We'll cue it up again.
The lights are now on for the final frame.
2-2, and catches the outside corner. Good old neighborhood call in a 12-run ball game late. Stewart goes down looking on strikes, and that will be the final score of today's ball game, where the Hampden-Sydney Tigers come in and win 17-5 against the Battling Bishops from North Carolina Wesleyan. Thank you all for joining us today. Baden, anything you'd like to say before we close out here?
Hope everybody can follow us down in LaGrange this weekend. Again, we got 4 big ones, spring break next week, so hopefully some students can come out. 4 ranked opponents.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm sorry, 4 ranked games, 2 ranked opponents coming in.
Yes.
So, but Kern, I appreciate you coming. This was great, and I hope the FloSports audience enjoyed it as much as I did, except the outcome.
Except the outcome.
That's right.
Yeah, that's all we can say. So, for my friend Baden Collins, I'm Kern Campbell. Thank you all for watching and listening here today. We'll see you next time here on FloSports.